Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break. Brought to you by Sand Hills Global. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Lots to get to from the weekend that was in college football, NFL, other sports. Gentlemen,
Sports.
How are you today, gentlemen?
Great.
As good as you can be.
I'm fine. Fins up.
No. Hey, they played fine. I'm not going to sit here and lament yesterday by the Dolphins. They played fine.
I'm not making fun of you either.
I'm not.
Why do you
nice
have the fin up on your
It'd
head?
be nice if you'd be a real fan, Jake. Because Jake, I will not go watch this at Brewski's.
I was called out by Bill.
Yeah, I go. Get going. Go be a normal fan like you've always do. You enjoy that, Jake. That's something. And now since there's something like the things are a little awry, all of a sudden Jake's not partaking.
Well, Here's the deal. I mean, we'll get to Nebraska in a second.
Let's talk it out.
I just witnessed Nebraska fall to a 2-5 team. My team itself was also 2-5 entering yesterday, which I guess you could say, hey, it's their time to win.
Should just be the opposite. Jake.
However, the Dolphins haven't beat the Bills since like 1937, it feels like at this point, and that streak continues. They can't beat Buffalo. A 61-yard field goal beats the Dolphins yesterday, and they played incredible football. They played good. I'm not sitting here saying, well, they blew this, they blew that. The defense made a couple mistakes, but the offense played, besides one fumble that was by Raheem Mostert, the running back.
Yeah,
they played incredible football. Tua was 25 for 28.
Saw that.
He had two touchdowns, took only 1 sack, no fumbles, played well. They ran the ball well. They had the recipe to beat the Bills, and they didn't beat the Bills. Because, of course, the kicker who misses every kick known to man, he missed an extra point in that game.
Really?
Tyler Bass kicks a 61-yard field goal down the pipe.
Bass.
Right down the pipe to win the game. And he missed an extra point earlier in the ball.
Isn't that odd? Isn't that
football?
odd?
That is football.
Yeah, it's odd. Well, there you go. You probably, doesn't the future look a little brighter for you?
Well, they're 2-6, but yeah, sure.
I feel good about it, Jake.
They'll win some games.
They'll win some. They'll probably put themselves in a spot where they have a middle draft pick, miss the playoffs, and then screw themselves out of a really good player, top 10 player.
Don't you think the GM will make some good decisions?
Oh yeah, if Chris Greer's around, then we'll be just once again 4-13 next year. We'll make some bad contract extensions to guys that are old and injured, and we'll just do it again for the next 30 years. When I'm 60, maybe we'll be competitive sometime.
Lee Sterling was at the game. We'll have to get his feedback.
He was there.
Was he there?
He was at the game. Lee was at the game.
He was there.
Yes.
We chatted after the game.
Was that game in? Where was it?
Did you guys?
Lee was trying to tamper again during the Husker game. By the way, I have texts of approval saying he needs to come to Miami. Raiola on my phone. I said, Lee, I can't talk about this right now. We cannot talk about tampering with Raiola at this point. Come on, Lee. Give me some space here. Dolphins lose 30-27.
30-27.
That's my Sunday for you.
Cowboys lost.
That's a beautiful thing to the Falcons.
5 losses for the Cowboys.
They don't look good. And Dak got hurt late in that game too.
Cooper Rush came in and played pretty well from what I heard on the radio.
I mean, well enough. They still didn't win.
Jerry was happy with him. Who flexed? The Lions flexed yesterday. Big
Lions
time.
beat the Packers 24-6, I think, yesterday.
Yeah, just 24-6, driving range.
24-14, late touchdown.
Oh, they get a late touchdown?
Yeah,
okay.
it didn't matter. 24-14.
We're an NFL station.
We are.
And then tonight it's Mahomes versus the Bucks.
Your boy
Baker. I'm giving Baker props these
days.
I love Baker. They're beat up right now at receiver.
I think I think Evans and Godwin are both out tonight. At least if they're playing, they're both playing very hurt. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, they were both banged up last game, did not play against the
Evans
Falcons.
and Godwin are hurt, so Chiefs are going to stay undefeated. Is there anybody else undefeated?
No.
Ooh,
Just
Chase for
Chiefs.
perfection. Chase for
Chiefs
perfection.
are going to have a playoff bid here in about a week. About mid-season locked into the
Well, I
playoffs.
think the Bills will have decided it clinched the AFC East by next week at this point. They're 7-2. The next best team is 3-6.
Wow.
That's the Jets.
Wow.
Miami 2-6, Patriots 2-7.
Are you guys going to watch the game tonight? I got to go to the hoops game, by the way.
But you're going to that?
I have to. I got to write. Yeah, I'm going.
Where's Rob at?
No, he's there, but I don't. You guys don't remember last year. I don't expect you to remember this stuff. I had to write the gamers every game, so like the last 7 or 8 games.
I was invited to go. I have not decided if I'm going or not.
I'll report to you
because I don't have BTN Plus. I can't watch. I'm not going to pay whatever it is per month to watch BTN Plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like ESPN Plus. If it's on BTN Plus, it's not much of a game. It really
Well,
is.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's not much of a game. If
Jake, who's it?
when you're on the Plus,
Rio Grande
Yeah.
Valley.
Yeah, you got it. Rio Grande. Exactly. That's what they're playing today.
The Plus, the BTN Plus. Are you saying that if they're on BTN Plus, it's not?
no,
It's kind of a.
yeah,
They're playing UT Rio Grande tonight at 7 p.m. at PBA.
UT Rio Grande.
Should be a good game.
Okay. 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Thank
If you have BTN Plus, it's on that. Otherwise, go to the game or listen to the radio to that game.
There you go.
Nebraska, UT Rio Grande.
It's just a season opener.
It is. This actually counts. Not exhibition. This counts
Those
tonight.
count.
This one counts. This one counts.
Fred
And-
will unveil his, largely new roster.
that's interesting to me.
Yeah,
The new roster. That interesting.
You will know you will know 2 names. Okay, you'll know 2 names from last year: Jawan Gary and Bryce Williams. That's it. That's it.
Hoiberg's not playing this year.
Sorry, my
Ooh,
bad.
Ooh,
Take that back. 3 names.
Good
Sam
call.
Hoiberg. Excuse me.
Good
Sam
call.
Hoiberg.
Good call.
Thank you, Bill. That's correct. Hoiberg is playing this year. So
you're dialed in.
you will know 3 names then. Otherwise, it's a bunch of new guys. And Aaron Eulis was on the roster last year, but he could not play with the situation.
That's right.
But he is.
So Eulis is
So
probably
if
the
you
backup
remember
point
that
guard.
name, who did not play, he was on the roster, but he is playing now
Backup point guard, probably.
to Raleigh Worcester from Utah.
Right. You saw them play.
I
right?
like Raleigh. I'm a fan of him.
Yeah.
I think they have some point guards this year.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah.
They
When
haven't
you have
had
that
that.
many new players, I would tend to say be patient. It takes a while for teams to come together.
Yep.
It takes a
Yep.
while for it. It's just not just plug and play all the time.
Unless it's
When you have-
Signetti.
Yeah. Yes. Google
Damn
me.
it.
Google my ass.
Right.
Google me.
Unless you are good calls. Unless you're Kurt Signetti, it does take a while to gel.
Yeah.
Anything else for idle chit chat for you guys before we dive
Good
into
chat. No,
the disaster that happened in Lincoln on Saturday?
Not too much. I'm good.
Oh, not really. I walked to
Okay.
the game with Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
How was
fought
that?
the chili bad. I had a chili issue, but yeah, Ben, I don't know if you eat the chili. Yeah, good call on that. It was
I don't want to know.
no, you don't.
So you walked or you left the station. You walked with Ben. Was there comments made in route to the stadium?
I don't know that there was anything that stood out for radio.
But that was a mentor and his protege.
Stop with the mentor protege.
Yes, that's what it was.
No, I just we just walked to the game.
Did anyone say anything to you? On the way to the game?
I told Ben my
Yeah.
hat gets pulled down really low,
Yeah.
and I said keep a low profile. We'll get there.
Yeah.
And
How many words did he say compared to you? I assume he had about 75% of the conversation on the
Ben-
way
when
over.
what
Ben
would you say, Ben? I'd say so.
Ben
just-
gets
yeah,
pretty
you're
wound
just
up. And I
listening.
tell you one thing: once you start him, once you hit the
It's
on
just
button,
wind him up.
it goes.
Yeah, it was. It would now, Jake and guys. A lot of it was because I was asking him questions.
What about at halftime? Ben said you guys met at halftime.
We did. We conversed about
Yeah.
the quarterback situation a little bit.
Yeah. Talked to him. Ben got his grades out. Ben got his
I
grades out.
gotta read those.
Yeah, Ben's got his
He
grades
gave
out.
special
He
teams
also
the
read,
B plus.
he also read an incredible complete article that was pretty good too. Really good. Not pretty
because
good.
his
Really
mentor
good.
helped him out
Yes.
through the whole process.
He wrote an article.
Yes, he has a complete article.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. It's very good. I thought
Ben's a very gifted writer.
I thought the punctuation was incredible. Yes.
He's a gifted writer.
There was no run-on sentences.
They're teaching well at UNL.
Yes.
He knows what he's doing.
That.
takeaways.
Stay the Nebraskan.
Okay,
UNL.
so you did a report card and takeaway. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Now we're a whole different level.
exactly.
He's doing now. He's doing
He's working hard over there.
Well,
Yes.
obviously the Daily Nebraskan editors trust him already at a high level.
high level. Yes.
If he's doing report card and takeaways, that's what everybody reads.
Yeah. That's what you. That's
He's
what
like, well, look, he's like, yeah, duh.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at him
I mean,
back there. He's
seriously,
proud
that's-
of
that's
himself.
what
Did
everybody.
you do takeaways at Columbus Lakeview? You did not.
He just called the games. He was
Just
just
called
doing
the game. That's right.
PA.
That'd be too hard, probably,
It's tough to do that.
to be the voice.
That'd
of
be really
Lakeview.
impressive, honestly.
if he did
Probably
everything.
could do that. It's a lot of
Announcing the
work.
plays and also, getting your grades out there.
Imagine Lyle Bremser at the end of the game doing grades quick.
Before you guys leave, here's my grades of the game.
Oh, good stuff.
Seems like
That
a lot
is
to ask.
that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Renew. Call or text
David.
David at 402-833-3858 or go to renewyourauto.com. They do everything from body shop, ceramic coatings, window tinting, spray and bed liners, paintless dent repair, and more. Renewyourauto.com. Let's dive into what was a disaster at Memorial Stadium. Nebraska entered as a 7-point favorite on Saturday against UCLA, who entered at 2-5. Again, they had a bye week before that and a win against Rutgers prior. So they had some momentum coming in. But Nebraska, I thought, you guys can agree just if you want, came out flat in this ball game. Defensively, UCLA took the ball right away, and they converted on 6 of their first 7 third downs.
That's a lot.
UCLA
They just
Wasn't it a 14-play drive? Was it 14 plays for the?
Yes,
for the,
14
it was
play
a long
drive.
drive.
Yeah,
for a
8
field goal.
minutes.
But and again, for Nebraska, it's a win. It's only a field goal. 14 plays, 68 yards, 8 minutes results in a field goal. So that's a win for the defense getting off the field with just that. But then Nebraska goes 3 and out on offense, and UCLA eventually takes a 10-0 lead, makes it Nebraska it gets 10-7, 13-7 at halftime, and then second half happened, and Nebraska falls 27-20 despite a comeback effort when trailing by 20 at 27-7 in the second half. It was a disaster in Memorial Stadium.
Yeah, I credit UCLA. They took the ball. One the toss took the ball. They clearly, my guess is they had a great plan, and were very confident in their plan. And I think that resonated with the players. It looked like it because they got a jump on Nebraska. They threw, they put Nebraska on its heels on both sides of the ball. Really, Nebraska's offense was on its heels and its defense was on its heels. As you said, at halftime it was a 5 of 6. They were 5 for 6 on third down. Nebraska
overall was good.
They were 1 for 5 on third down.
And overall, they finished. They finished their numbers look pretty good on third.
They had a decent second half.
Yeah.
Third down, Nebraska did.
Yeah. On third down, it
Nine-
ended
nine
up
for
looking
17.
okay. Yeah, it ended up looking strangely okay. In the first half, though, it was 1 for 5 on third down, and UCLA was 6 for 10. God, is that right? The total yards at halftime was 248 to 86.
Yes.
Yeah, 248
Yes.
to 80. Jeez.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a team in UCLA that we knew entering the game did not run the football well.
That's the note I wrote down, which was shocking. Was what was talked about, Steve, like at halftime or whenever during the game or after the game, was that they were the worst rushing offense in the country.
Well, they averaged 64.7 yards per game. It was 133rd, so it's either last or second.
Second to last.
Yeah.
Well, in this game, they had 30 carries for 139 yards, including a 57-yard scamper by quarterback Ethan Garbers on a third down, right up the middle.
It was a scamper.
It was a scamper. Yeah. It was a scamper.
3rd and 9. It was a 3rd and 9. Nebraska couldn't get off the field on third down, and he rolls 37. I don't know.
57.
57. Yeah,
57 yards.
I don't know. They didn't do a good job of containing him. Obviously, he was trouble. Bill always talks about quarterbacks. He can throw it, but he also can run it. Both pretty well.
Yeah, and when you're looking for like what do you want, and when you do a percentages, it's like, hey, the accuracy of throwing the ball rules. You want that first, and then the ability to run second. If it's like, hey, I am a runner, and yet I can still throw it. Okay, that won't work. That won't work. You have to be able to throw it first, but the ability to also run it is threatening. There was one time they showed a stat. I rewatched the game last night because I'd missed some of the first half, so I wanted to rewatch the game last night. And Jake helped me with that. Thank you, Jake.
You're welcome.
And but there was a time in the last 6 quarters he was 46 for 56 in the last 6 quarters.
Yeah, he's
and
dealing right now.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he had some good passes. He missed a couple that would have been big for him, but he played very well.
Yeah, he's dealing right now. He's pretty good.
Ethan Garber's stats passing 17 for 25, no picks, 2 touchdowns along of 48 yards, 2 sacks. So very good. And again, the 57-yard run, he was 6 carries for 56 yards overall. He played very well.
Yeah, and I'd say the plan was good. I'd say Bieniemy was on his screws. He it seemed like he had Nebraska on their heels.
He did a nice job. They had a very good plan. And
Bieniemy Eric. Remember Eric?
The extra 2 weeks. Yes, I have brought him up previously on the show. that was one of my Bill Shrill.
Remember him as that Colorado running back?
Yes, he did. They did a very good job. They did a very good job. And also, I guess, by the letter of the law, probably unsportsmanlike conducts. I really didn't see him. I'll be honest with you. I think Nebraska got a break on
three times.
Three of
and
them.
all three of those drives they scored touchdowns on.
Yeah, all 3 of them. The one on the goal line when they talked about that, he was like, it wasn't like he ripped someone off the pile like when there's a fumble, you can't run up and start ripping people off the pile. That really wasn't what happened. So that worked out well. Like I said, letter of the I'm sure the officials can say yes, this is what it is. But boy, there's a lot of those things. Those were a little bit on edge.
Let's like the first part of the game again. We mentioned UCLA goes 14 plays, 68 yards, 8 minutes, field goal. Nebraska goes 3 and out. Then UCLA goes 11 plays, 85 yards, touchdown in 6:37. Nebraska goes 3 and out, but it's aided, like you mentioned, by a conduct penalty. They just go ahead and score that drive, so it's 10-7. But they were that not being called away from 2 3 and outs. And a 10-0 deficit in this game.
Yeah, and because UCLA would have gotten the ball in pretty good field position.
They would have gotten it at
probably about the 30.
Yeah,
something about the 30-yard line, up 10-0, and kind of in a little bit of a groove.
Oh God, yeah, that was
a big swing of a play. It also was extremely dumb by the UCLA player. Just for some reason, everybody now has to have some sort of a show, I guess, and that's all they had to do. All you had to do was just jog off the field. So. In that matter, I'd be livid if I was the head coach.
Deshaun Foster.
I would be livid because there's no reason for it.
God, Deshaun Foster.
UCLA responded after the touchdown with a 7-play, 67-yard drive. It ends up in a 26-yard field goal. So it's 13-7 at halftime. And then you're thinking, all right, that was a terrible first half. We're only down by 6, and we get the ball. Deep breath. We're fine. First play of the second half, pick 6, 20-7. Uh-oh.
That was
didn't see the linebacker.
Remarkably athletic play that he made when he hurdled Raiola and stayed in bounds.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was literally a quarter of an inch from the sideline. It was a remarkable athletic play by that linebacker to go for it to not, because like anything else, if you get him on the ground at the 10 or he goes down or steps out of bounds, Nebraska still has a chance easily to not let him in. And so that was a big play for him to get all the way in for UCLA.
Kane Madrano had that pick 6. That's who it was. He had 6 tackles also in the game for UCLA. But that was a backbreaker. You're thinking about, okay, can we go down, get a field goal? Maybe they leave with a touchdown. No, the first play. It sucks whenever it happens, but the first play of the half is just absolutely crippling. Now, again, I'm not a coach. I'm not a player, but in the fan, when you're in the stands, oh, God. That takes you out of the game right away, which is
the announcer talked about that last night. The announcer talked about that on air, just about how it just took the wind out of the stadium. He said it was just, you could hear a pin drop. He said it was just dead silent in the stadium after that game.
Yeah, it was. You can hear the plane flying overhead. That's how you know.
Any sort of weird sounds you can hear pretty clearly. So I guess the question would be 402-464-5685. Where do we go from here? We know this. I'll bring it up again. It's terrible, but Nebraska now, since 2017 in November, is 5-23. To make it more recent, since 2019, they're 3-18 in the month of November. Last year, you didn't have a tough November schedule. You played Maryland. It wasn't very good. Michigan State was bad last year. Wisconsin was bad last year. And Iowa was a 10-win team. They had no quarterback. And he lost them at home in Lincoln. This year, UCLA was 2-5. You got a bye week. USC is 4-5. You go to them next in 2 weeks. Then Wisconsin at home is not good. Got murdered by Iowa Saturday. And then Iowa has a pulse with the run game. So you better get that 6th win before that one in Iowa City. And of course, all the fan base is freaking out. They have the right to freak out. You're 5-4. You haven't won a game in November since 2022.
Well, I still go back to, like I said, every team is different. And so I always just go by, in my opinion, it's one loss in November because every team is completely different. I understand the long look of that. And I know, so last year was 0-4, so the current staff is 0-5, but I see it more as an 0-1. It's a different team. It's a different player, different players. So I look at it as a one-loss November right now.
Bo Pelini's record in November, you pointed out in a tweet.
This got a lot of
say that. What is it, Steve?
20-8. 20-8. Did it get a lot of criticism?
Well, I don't know why. I was putting out a stat. It wasn't me longing for Bo. I was putting out a stat about, hey, when Nebraska used to make bowl games, this is how they did in November. 20-8 was Bo Pelini's. Ever since then, what's the stat?
9-26. 9-26.
So
every
2015 and beyond, they are 9-26 in this very critical month of the season. That is horrible. There's nowhere.
And what's Iowa? What's Iowa?
Iowa with their win against Wisconsin is now 20-1
in November
in 2019.
Yeah.
Or sorry, in November since 2019.
Right. Iowa big flex. I mean, they ran for 329. Yeah. They ran for 329 against Wisconsin.
I think you hit a Wisconsin team that it was just, like I said, that you lost a game twice. Penn State beat them twice.
Yep.
And Wisconsin looked horrific.
They did.
I mean, it looked like they would not win a game. Just remember the conversation of, it was like, is there a chance? The preseason conversation by all the media was, could be 7-0, could be 0-5. Well, pretty easily could have been 6-1 with the Illinois beating Illinois. Could easily have been a 6-1. Indiana would have been tough. For what you're seeing from Indiana right now to win the game, that'd have been tough.
What an eye opener!
But can you imagine at the time preseason to think, well, what if you're going to play a 2-5, which now is 3-5, a 2-5 UCLA, then you're going to play a 4-5 USC. Did anybody see that coming at all? None. I mean, this will be the worst USC team in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
And they'll never be this bad again. And so this is a great opportunity.
They're 4-5. Yeah,
they're 4-5.
2-4 in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're 4-5. And then after that, you play a Wisconsin team, not good. And an Iowa team, pretty solid.
Flexing.
Pretty solid.
They got 6.
Yeah, pretty solid.
They got 6. Caleb Johnson.
Caleb
Johnson, number really 2 in the country in rushing.
Behind Genty.
Yeah.
He's really good.
They've got like 3 games. Was it 3 of their last 5? They scored 40 or more.
They're rolling.
They scored 40 against Washington.
They did.
Washington defensive stats are really good. Their stats are really good. And that running back they have for I'm going to Washington kick, but that they're a pretty solid team.
Washington's got good. He got over 100 against USC.
Yeah, he's really
Jonah
good.
Coleman.
He's really
Jonah
good.
Coleman.
I watched a lot of that.
I watched a lot of that.
Washington
SC had several chances to win that game.
He got 104. Woody Marks can run it too, although I believe they stopped him at the goal line.
That's 19 straight home wins for Washington.
It
by
is.
the way.
19 straight.
The hell of a stat.
Yeah, it is.
It's awesome.
I don't care who's coaching. 19 straight.
That's
Well,
good. No. That's good.
19 straight home games.
Think about the teams they play.
And think about they lost. I think they had 1 or 2 starters back. That was it. 1 or 2 starters back.
Doing a good job. Jed Fish.
But you wouldn't have thought of it going into it. Can you imagine thinking of that? Like if someone said, "Well, I'm going to tell you about the first scores, but the last 4 games. Let's talk about what UCLA, USC, Wisconsin, and Iowa look like." You'd be pretty excited.
Oh yeah,
you'd be pretty excited.
Yeah. Except for Iowa. Yeah. Iowa looks like they're flexing to me.
Iowa's doing good.
They changed their quarterback probably too late. Probably should have done that earlier.
If you're going to beat Iowa, you have to win a game before then. Like they're not going to go to Iowa City at 5-6 and win that game. Just not going to happen.
Night game.
Is it a night game?
I'm not saying no way, but very little way. You got to beat either USC or Wisconsin. You have to.
100.
They are not winning that game at 5-6.
You wouldn't think so.
And if that's the case, 5-1 started off the season.
Right.
Your one loss was in overtime at home to a solid, not a great team, a solid Illinois team, and you were 5-1.
It's a rugged conversation.
Now you never let.
You need to win one game so badly this month.
Yes.
Also, like I said,
my God,
which also stands out.
OMG.
It's not 3 time zones, but UCLA coming 2 time zones.
Oh yeah,
2 and 5. Now,
impressive.
Honestly,
They were impressive.
It was super impressive what they got done.
They come in here with suits on,
Yeah.
they all wear gray suits. I think it's gray, kind of grayish. It's very impressive what Foster's did to me to come in here like that.
Yeah. They're 1 game away right now, even though their record was horrific, of not being that bad. Simply, if they would have beat Minnesota, because they had chances at home to beat Minnesota.
They lost to Indiana, Penn State, and Oregon.
Yeah,
all very good.
If Nebraska had that schedule, they wouldn't be over 500. Okay, they would.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard.
They could probably like UCLA.
They played those teams tough. Besides Indiana, they got beat badly, 42-13 by then.
How about
just go back and look at what Wisconsin's schedule, where teams would be if you played their schedule.
Right.
And their non-conference, they had Alabama.
Right.
Non-conference was Alabama.
Right.
Alabama's not as good. Easy.
That's
Easy.
the problem. The Nebraska's schedule before the season and during it has appeared to be gettable, and it was last year.
Yeah.
You're not playing Oregon. Yeah, you played Ohio State and you played them tough. Good job. It's more than that.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you didn't.
That's one. That's
you didn't
one
catch
game.
the heaters. You didn't catch Penn State. You didn't catch Oregon. You didn't catch. No.
So there you go. Indiana's flex was amazing too.
Indiana.
Easy.
We'll get that
sorry.
It's okay. You wouldn't have known that.
Indiana won, but we'll tell you what happened in that game in Bill's Thrills. But this is terrible. There's no way around it.
No,
I saw some guy yesterday say, "Hey, thank you for your show because it's therapy." I said, "We need therapy also. Like, we're therapy for you. I need some therapy in here at this point."
Jake really needs therapy. Anybody
want to give me some therapy?
The chance
to be therapy for you.
There's a chance me and Steve survive the day.
I think I will.
We're going to survive the day. There's a chance of that's going to survive the day. But Jake, not so much. And Ben, I don't know over there.
He's fine.
Ben's fine. Yeah, Ben's fine. He's got some concerns.
No.
Don't you, Ben? He's got some concerns. He let us know that in the group text.
He's not as emotional.
I didn't care if they won this game 3-2 with 10 turnovers and it looked horrible. They had to win this game.
Yeah.
Going into the bye week, hey, you're 6-3. Let's go. It's monkey off the back. Now you got to think about this for 2 weeks. Okay, we're 5-4, and you're right. Now all these guys were here last year and have not been a part of this bowl this week, but a lot of guys have.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have been here.
There's not a lot when you look at it, Steve. What's your take on this? There's not a lot of things different you're going to do. I don't see let's play this guy more, or let's do this more. Let's do this different. I don't know
what it is.
I don't know what it would be where you say this would be a little bit different with what they're
one thing they did different is they didn't throw any screen passes on
not a single one.
Yeah. Which was somebody pointed out to me that they might have thrown a couple to Fedoni. I don't know if those would qualify as screen passes or not, but they didn't throw any screen passes to the running backs, which I get it. They weren't working and they came under criticism for doing it. I hope it wasn't like an obstinate move just to say we're not, or then, okay, we won't throw any. I hope it's not that, but they didn't throw any. As far as what they can do, can they get somebody going that hasn't been going? I don't see it.
Well, your quarterback is struggling.
The number was,
Dylan Riley.
I read it somewhere. This is not my number, but was it correct that Nebraska was 47% in pass completion for the team?
That is correct.
Combination.
16 for 34. Yeah, 47%.
And they were the worst pass defense in the country.
Right.
I think they were dead last pass defense, and they were dead last on third down defense, I believe.
Yeah, they had a real struggle.
Yeah. Is that right, Ben?
I think so.
So that's probably the number that stands out.
Again, Nebraska converted well in the second half on third down, not in the first half. When they were making their comeback, they were good on third down. But Raiola was 14 for 27 with the pick. He got sacked 3 times. He had 1 touchdown. The pass, the 40-yard pass was nice just over the hands of the defenders. A good catch there by Barney. But beyond that, it just doesn't look right now. I don't know how to explain it, what he's doing. He just doesn't look like he's with it at this point.
Looks a little lost in the offense right now. His decision making, he's not making it. It seems
slow.
like he's not. Yeah, exactly.
Everything's slow.
They're not as quick as the decisions aren't as quick. Now, I think a lot of it is what defenses have figured out. They figured out. Nebraska.
They were definitely a pressure team coming in the first half. UCLA came after them.
They did in the first half.
Not as much in the second half.
Right.
Not as much in the second half. And the defense for UCLA really got gassed.
Did they?
They were completely out of steam at the end. They UCLA did not control the ball in the fourth. I mean, I don't think they got a first down in the fourth.
No,
quarter.
Nebraska controlled the ball in the second half.
And so that was a good thing. But they got extremely gassed. And then the last interception was one of those crazy ones. I had no idea. It was also they signal UCLA ball, and I was like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
And it was an incredible bounce play off of the leg and all the things. But it was a legit interception.
UCLA in the fourth quarter again in the comeback from Nebraska, they went 3 and out twice, and then they kneeled to end the game. So they gave you a chance with short drives, 3 and out, a minute 33, minute 50, minute 35. Gave Nebraska a chance with Harburg in the game. And by the way, Harburg's stats weren't good, but he had a couple drops that hurt him too. He was 2 for 7.
Banks
he had I think at least 2 drops that should have been
Banks was
first
a
downs.
tougher one. Fedoni's that one right before the 2 minute was an interesting one. That not only interesting, but it was interesting that I thought if they could, Nebraska could just let the clock run down 1 more second, and then just go to 2 minute warning at 2nd and 10, and be able to get together and figure out what we want to do from this point in time on.
Bruins blitzed on 12 of 39 dropbacks, but a lot of that was in the first half, and it rattled them. They were coming in waves. It was impressive to me.
I don't know the last time that Dylan has looked comfortable at quarterback. We talked about into September how, hey, this guy is too good to have a freshman wall. He was good his first 3 games. And, against Colorado, the first half, great. Second half was quiet, but it was, again, a blowout, 28-0, 28-10 final score. He hasn't looked comfortable to me in weeks. And that's partially Big Ten defenses are tough. Conference schedule is tough. It's getting late in the year. He's banged up.
Well, and a lot of it,
still,
you got to keep in mind the one big factor is that the guys aren't running open very often. They don't get off of, we've talked about it ad nauseum now. They don't the receivers don't get off man pressure very well. So there's not a lot of open receivers. It's just they're in a bind. They're in a bind.
Big bind.
They don't run the ball that well. I mean, they were 102nd nationally coming in. I mean, what I said all off season was to take pressure off Dylan, they better get that running running game going. That's the one good way to take pressure off a quarterback. And then they haven't done it.
No.
They've just been okay. If they get a 14-yard run, it's pretty big news. All right. It is.
Oh, 14.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, they got 14 on that. They had 2 runs over 10 yards in this game. So
no, that's a good rush defense.
Yeah,
UCLA,
there was the rotation.
It is a good rush defense.
What, 13th?
Yeah,
in
they
the
were
country,
13th.
right?
They were legit.
They're solid.
Yeah,
and obviously, you're very
front.
fresh because the one thing I picked up from watching the game again last night was that the rotation was there was a lot of rotation at running back. I mean, all of a sudden, Emmett's in. All of a sudden, Dowdell's in.
Yep.
Now
Ramir's in.
Now we're back to Ramir.
Yep.
And
100.
I mean, Ramir had the most yards per carry and had the least carries.
Yeah,
right?
he had 3 carries for 27 yards at 9 per carry.
He only played 9 snaps. Dowdell played 37.
Yeah.
Emmett played 28. That's the snap count. So yeah, they roll those guys in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Dowdell looks by far the best to me, and Dowdell's really tough inside the 5, which brings me to when they got. I mean,
Nebraska got inside the 10 twice in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, I mean, to start the fourth quarter, they're down 27-14, and they need 7, and they came out with nothing. And that's the one. I don't go too far into double second guessing play calling. It's low hanging fruit to me, always has been. But there was that throw they made on 2nd and goal at the 5. When you throw that, which if you listen to me at all, I always say it. I hate the corner route it's just a
the
low
fade route.
Oh God, the low percentage throw.
Yeah.
So you throw that on 2nd and 5. Now you're in trouble.
Were they going for the PI play there in that one?
Probably.
It looked like they're going for PI, and they could have called PI, but I'm glad they did though. In that situation,
corner route on 2nd and 5, then 3rd and goal in the 5. They bring heat, of course,
right.
And now you're in a bind. Nebraska calls a timeout. I don't know what they're going for on 4th down, but Dylan rolled to Dylan rolled to his left, and there was a wave of defenders and nothing.
Got sacked for loss.
And he got blanked there. I mean, that kills you.
Yep.
I mean, the game's not over, but all that stuff that happened preceding Nebraska's last ditch effort adds up. I mean, you're in that bind late because of all the things that happened to you in the first half and early in the third quarter, and then you can't get in. You can't get in.
Then you got to play perfect football.
You can't be down.
You got to play perfect football at that point in time.
You can't be down 20 and expect to win the football game.
No, 27-20. Oh, and that's when people filed for the exits. They're filing.
Jake, I left.
Jake
I went to go watch the game somewhere else. What?
You can understand.
I went and watched at Blur parties. I was still watching the game. I watched the whole game. I tracked on my phone and I left the stadium.
Come on.
It was cold.
Jake, that was horrible.
It's fine. Hey, I bet
you filed. You went to the exit. They were going to win. Bill, they were going to win.
Well, I took late in the game,
outside.
they had kind of a top view of the stadium. And I would say it was down 30,000 people.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
I think it was probably down 30,000 people.
There were waves.
You should have seen the outside of the stadium when I left. It was like the game was over.
Waves.
Tons of people out there.
Yeah, that was early in the third quarter.
That was they scored
27-20.
About 8 minutes to go in the third.
With 8:21 to go in the third quarter. Yeah.
And that TD it illustrates what Rule always talks about. Look at what UCLA did there after that pick. 25 somehow got through a pack of tacklers and got 18. The running back somehow, I don't know how he got through it. And then what happened? Bam, 48-yard pass. Garber's hit number 3. And Nebraska never gets it. They never have a guy running wide open like that. No. Just sprinting downfield, and he catches it. He has it in one hand. He looks like Randy Moss. He just gallops into the end zone. It's like Nebraska never scores that easily.
Nope.
It's a chore. It's like they get into how many places they have inside the red zone, the deep red zone, 21.
There's a lot.
It takes them so much energy to get in the end zone.
It would have been an interesting call if they don't get the unsportsmanlike. It was going to be a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 instead of a first down. I mean,
that's right.
I mean, who knows what happens? Obviously, they have a chance to score, but what if they wouldn't have scored on that one? You don't know what's going to happen, but it was going to be an interesting play call. The interesting play call when that happened, because also Harburg was in the game at that time. Yeah, and so not that's a negative. Actually, down there it's probably a positive, but it would have been interesting to see what that play call, what would have happened at that time.
We will get back to this game in the 7 o'clock hour. Before we get to break, though, I know that you're starving on a Monday morning, Sip.
I am.
I'm pretty hungry. Bill's probably hungry.
I'd love to go to the Bird.
Let's go to the Bird. Early Bird, 19th and K. Free parking.
Signal.
Tons of free parking. And, of course, they have a variety of pancakes, blueberry, cinnamon roll pancakes.
Cinnamon roll.
Breakfast burritos. Chicken fried steak, which is what, Bill?
Smothered.
It's smothered, all right. And
gravy, bonus gravy.
Well, we're all sad. We can all use the world-famous hash holes.
Hash holes.
Hash holes.
Get there today, 19th and K. That wasn't bad.
That was booming.
I'm telling you right now, you want to get yourself picked up a little bit, get yourself ready for a win against USC. Get a hash hole.
Talk to Jamie.
Yeah, talk to Jamie. He'll be in the corner drinking orange juice. Dissect the game for you. Talk to you about
how smart he is.
From a player standpoint, he can talk himself through those things.
Think about how smart he is.
Yes.
Quarterbacks and middle linebackers.
Why is he being that smart like that? He has an incredible medical sales. Oh, by the way, I'm also the #1 restaurant owner in the state.
He's a restaurateur
in the state. That's pretty impressive. That all, by the way,
doing well.
Also, all the way, leading tackler in Nebraska, and then I can also dissect what was going on.
Think about how smart he is.
Yeah. And if he has a question,
my brother's Joe Burrow.
I can call Joe. Hang on, you guys got a question about offense? And let me FaceTime Joe quick.
The Bengals put up like 41 yesterday.
When we come back, head scratchers, early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoickFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Attention students and anyone else looking for a great deal. Sun Valley Lanes and Games has the ultimate weeknight special. For just $15.95, enjoy unlimited bowling, lucky putt mini golf, and laser tag. Flash your college ID at check-in to receive $2 off your admission. It's the perfect way to unwind Sunday through Thursday nights. Check out sunvalleylanes.com for hours and availability. Sun Valley Lanes and Games, located at 321 Victory Lane.
Lincoln's best place to meet, eat, and compete. Sun Valley.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Education is a cornerstone for strong, vibrant communities. I voted for the largest investment in education in Nebraska history. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and understand the valuable role of education in growing our community. This is Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to support education in the legislature. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel is the answer to all your lunch and dinner cravings. They have everything from smoked turkey sandwiches to brisket burritos to burnt-in sandwiches and pulled pork. Try a dinner plate option of barbecue nachos, a half-smoked chicken, a full slab of ribs, and so much more. Don't forget their great sides like mac and cheese, cheesy potatoes, barbecue beans, or red slaw. Mulberry Barbecue by Single Barrel, open Monday to Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at 11th and Cornhusker Highway.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
We're on the air.
Back. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids. Farmers, we know that volume discounts are a major factor in ordering seed, and oftentimes discounts are lost buying from multiple brands, but Beck's has the most diverse lineup in the marketplace. Go to BecksHybrids.com for a full farm quote. Look at Bill, double Beck's over there.
Yeah.
And always remember the 3 F's: faith, family, and farming at Beck's Hybrids.
Tell you one thing, Trevor was incredible. I talked about that situation I had with our good friend Mickey Roscoe.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Guess what?
Yes.
That was the help from the breakers. We had people bring cash to Jake. We had people coming in like that. We had people come in to help with his scholarship. And Trevor also, guess what? Didn't think twice about it. Jumped on board to help out.
Damn.
Because that, you know what? That's what Sonny would want. And Trevor knows that. And also they had a great year. But either way, Trevor would have done that. I'm telling you one thing. You drive around right now. I mean, corn's out. I mean, they talk about a flex. I mean, it is incredible. And then guess what? Also, drought's over. Drought's over.
Got
Also,
some rain.
Yeah, we have to get rain. Once everyone's out of the farmers, you done? And somehow Trevor's in charge of this. Somehow he is also producing rain. Yes, all of it.
He's producing rain?
Thank you,
Wow.
Trevor. Yes.
That's
And
amazing.
thank you for all the breakers that helped me with that incredible scholarship.
It is now time for head scratchers.
Oh, I love this.
All right, Bill.
Good, Jake.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's one of your better ones.
Thank you.
There is so many. Those games Saturday night were ridiculous. There were so many. South Carolina 44, Texas A&M 20. South Carolina 44, Texas A&M. It was 20-20 at half.
It was.
Yes, and it was a field storming, which we called on the show.
Yep, FSP.
But the best thing was, no doubt about it, was seeing all those kids get caught in the hedge. I mean, they got caught in the hedge. It couldn't get through
Ouch.
it. And
That has to hurt, right?
Jake, I don't think you've ever been in a hedge. Me and Steve have been in a hedge at some point in
Oh,
time.
God, yes.
And it is painful.
No, I have not.
It's painful. Trying to get through a hedge is brutal.
Why were we in a hedge and Jake not?
I don't know, but we were. I just
Why were you in the
At some
hedge?
point in time in
Confused.
sports, there was a hedge. We were in it. You had to cut through a hedge.
The back and Hooses had a hedge. It was
Yeah.
troubled.
Yeah, the Schmeck Peppers had one going up the
Cool,
street
that's
right
things
from the library up Dead Man's Hill. They had a hedge, but anyway, you were in a hedge and they got caught. And if just watch the video, because there were so many people coming from behind, you had to press through, and people were just getting torn up, just torn up. Texas, Steve, you'll love this one.
Yeah.
Texas Tech 23, Iowa State 22.
Devastating for the country.
No more facts.
No more facts.
For Iowa State, you're
You're
off
able to
the
go to
hook.
Casey's without getting bombarded with Iowa State Cyclone questions.
The kids of America are suffering today.
You talk about how football is.
Why did Iowa State lose?
You have parents, you have people in Virginia.
Devastating.
People in Virginia. I'm not even going to school today. Iowa State was the story.
The Cyclones are done.
Their quarterback.
A week ago, Baylor scored 59 at Texas Tech. Scored 59 against Texas Tech. Iowa State scored 22. Clemson loses 33-21 at home.
What happened?
At home.
What happened?
Talk about a head scratcher. Louisville was 5-3.
Wow.
Went in there and just got after him. I mean, they scored late to make it this score. I mean, it was unbelievable what it
Clemson
looked
did
like.
because they kicked it onside and they thought they got it.
The fandom was just nuts.
Jeff Brom.
Indiana 47, Michigan State 10. You go, well, hang on. Indiana was 8-0 and Michigan State solid team. They beat Iowa bad at home before. Right. The kicker was this. They went 47 unanswered.
Yes.
They were down 10-0 and they went 47 unanswered. And his post-game interview I watched last night is just incredible. It is so much fun to watch. 63 years old. They're 9-0. They're 9-0, and they got Michigan coming to town.
They sacked Michigan State 7 times and had 15 tackles for losses and held them to -24 rushing.
-24 rushing.
They held Michigan State at home to -24 rushing. Indiana's real.
They're
real. They are
very
real.
Yeah, I mean, just took it over. FSP, we called it. Houston 24, K-State 19.
It's a bad loss.
Houston,
really?
Oh, yeah. Houston 24, K-State 19. And they stormed.
Went to Manhattan?
And they stormed.
It was
in Houston. It was in Houston. They stormed.
They stormed in
Houston. Houston has been very bad this year. That's a bad loss for K-State.
I said on the show, it'll probably be about 40 people. And it didn't look like a crazy crowd storming. But
Was it small?
It was small.
More than 40?
It was small. I didn't see. I was assuming that they stormed.
Houston beat K-State.
SMU 48, undefeated Pittsburgh 25. 48-25. You do not want to play SMU right now.
God,
you do want nothing to do with it.
No.
They beat Duke, who'd only lost one game, with -6 turnovers. They won a game the week before, -6 turnovers. The ultimate head scratch.
On the road.
On the road. They beat them. And on the road, you want nothing. Think if this happens. if they get to the ACC championship game, which they have a great chance, or win it and get a bye.
Oh, weird.
And they bought their way in.
Weird.
7 years they don't get any money from the ACC.
Oh, weird.
7 years. A group got together and raised $160 million in one morning to buy into the ACC. They just called the ACC up. Hey, listen, here's what we got going.
We can get it.
We got the cash.
We can get $160 million together. Will you take us? Oh, okay. How about this one too? Think about this. Dykes leaves SMU to go to TCU because he wanted to be in a Power 5 conference.
Yeah.
He takes TCU to the national championship game. So that's pretty incredible.
His hammer.
But now he's sitting there looking at it going like, that team about 10 miles away where I was just at is just kicking.
Do you remember, Bill, when SMU played Nevada to start the season and they looked very ordinary?
Or very
SMU
ordinary.
looked
Terrible.
Yeah.
Well,
week 0.
But Jennings wasn't their quarterback.
Okay.
Now Jennings was part of that turnover thing from 2 weeks ago.
He was a problem.
He was a problem. But right now he is playing. Oh wow! So you got a skill set.
Well, here's the deal with that. That's coaching. They didn't look good against Nevada, but they clearly have gotten better. Good coaches get their teams rolling in November. That's what they do.
Teams don't stay the same.
Right.
It's not. You can't go back
You
right
see
now.
it all
and say,
over the country.
Well, why is SMU not ranked real high? Well, they had the rough game against Nevada, game 1. Nope, that's over.
Yeah.
They
that's
kept
over.
getting better.
That's
Not
over.
that same team
Not
anymore.
that. Notre Dame is kind of like, ooh, I don't know. They're beating everybody really bad. And I don't know. I think Northern Illinois had a bye, but they're 4-4. Probably not going to a bowl game, but they're going to have one win. It's going to be incredible. This was probably the biggest one of the whole day that no one even talked about.
Okay.
Rice 24, Navy 10.
Ooh. After
Rice,
like a 6-hour delay, right?
Rice fired their coach a week ago.
Bloomberg.
Fired their coach. Playing horrible. Navy was 7-0, lost to Notre Dame.
Navy went down.
They lost to Notre Dame. You thought they'll come back and they'll score 45 against Rice. They got beat 24-10. That's incredible by a Rice team that had fired their coach. Unbelievable.
Does Rice run the option too?
I don't believe. No, they don't. No.
I believe that game had like a 4-hour weather delay.
There's a lot of weather going on. I believe. I know that Houston K-State was also weather delayed.
Oh, down there.
That was a bad deal for them right there.
Yeah.
Hawaii 21, Fresno 20.
Jeez, head scratcher.
Head scratcher.
What?
Hawaii.
Yes. I think Fresno was. I think they were up 20-0. I believe at one time.
Head scratcher.
Hawaii comes back and beats Fresno.
It's a great win.
Incredible head scratcher. And that's why I said you just don't know. You just don't know. I mean, A&M was one there that was an unbelievable flex. They're like, we're undefeated in the SEC. I tell you right now, you don't want to play South Carolina. Just remember, they beat Oklahoma bad on the road. They had LSU beat. If they don't get the penalty on the pick six, they're going to beat LSU. And oh, by the way, the other game was they should have beat who? Alabama on the road
in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. They should have.
And South Carolina is viewed as just a little bit above Vanderbilt. That's kind of how they're looked at. You would not.
Vandy's going bowling, by the way.
And Vandy.
And what did Vandy do?
Unbelievable.
They won 17-7.
I think now the record is maybe one game under what Harsin was, or it's the same as Harsin was. What do you do at Auburn?
Well,
what do you do?
I think you run him out.
I mean, what do you do? They scored 7 against Vanderbilt.
Don't Google me.
They scored 7. I mean, it's remarkable.
Google me's amazing. Now, Google me's defensive coordinator is a guy named Bryant Haynes, and he's been with him the whole time. They're ranked 5th nationally in total defense.
They have Michigan coming in.
Yeah, they'll beat Michigan.
They're a 14-point favorite against Michigan. Indiana.
Yeah, to go on the road and hold Michigan State to minus 24 rushing and have 15 TFLs and 7 sacks. Google me himself said, I've never had a team do that.
And 47 straight points, by the way. Trailing 10-0.
47 straight.
Google me is
so good.
They're legit.
Watch out, Ohio State. Indiana's coming for you. That is head scratchers. Bill's Thrills and Song of the Day is next. An early break in the ticket.
Coming for you.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is State Senator Carolyn Bosin. As a state senator, wife, and mom, I believe Nebraska is a great place to work and raise a family. My husband Reggie and I are local family business owners and proud to be involved in our community. Property tax relief is important to every family. Last year, I voted for the largest property tax relief package in Nebraska history, and I will continue to advocate for property tax relief. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th. Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
Across Nebraska, voters will have the chance to end the current government abortion ban. The government shouldn't be making decisions for families' health care, but right now they are. Ending the ban takes 2 votes, a vote against 434, the first initiative, and then a vote for 439, the last initiative. It's only this combination that will finally get the government out of the personal medical decisions of Nebraska families. Voting against 434 and for 439 ensures that when there's a medical emergency, it's Nebraska families who decide what to do, not the government. This vote against 434 and for 439 makes it so our Nebraska doctors can treat every patient. The government put this ban in place, stripping Nebraska families of their freedom, but you can end it with 2 votes. The first against 434 and then vote for 439. Paid for by Protect Our Rights.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Fall is officially here, and Brown Shoe Fit has just the right style and comfort your feet deserve. Stop in and see a wide selection of all your favorite brands, including Brooks, Hoka, Echo, Keen, and many more. At Brown Shoe Fit, they'll take the time to measure your feet to ensure a proper fit. They also have the largest selection of Uggs and Hokas in Lincoln. Brown Shoe Fit, 6060 Q in Lincoln.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough?
Never feel like an
if
idiot.
you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
he stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
once again, your song of the day from 2001, When It's Over by Sugar Ray. 464-568-51 is bad. 10 is good. Text you ready on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
I feel like there's an underlying theme.
It's possible, but it's also kind of a happy sounding song.
Gone out the window.
But when it's over, that's when you fall in love again. So that means you fall right back in.
There's a chance here.
Yeah. So you're saying there's a chance.
You can fall back in love.
What's
with your
what's
sports
that song
team?
called, When It's Over?
When It's Over by Sugar Ray. Yeah.
Interesting
It's
choice.
kind of a nice background song.
Yeah.
It's not really something I would see Waylon and Willie singing.
No.
See that one? So
all right.
Someone says it's not over on YouTube. It's not over, Jake.
It's not over. It's not over. I'm going to give it. Let's see here. I'm going to give it a 6.4.
6.4.
6.421. Like that.
That's fine.
What do you think, Steve?
It's fine.
Sip, I know you like Sugar Ray.
I really do.
You are a fan of the band and Mark McGrath, lead singer.
Yeah. I like that song. It's pleasant.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It's got a background song, not walk up to me, but
doesn't
nice.
freak me out. I can get to 8-1 though.
Oh,
whoa,
okay. Whoa!
It's a good song.
I think Ben's gonna like it because Ben likes Happy. Ben's eating a chocolate bar right now, and it's half
Jeez,
sticking
Ben.
out. Look at it sticking out of his mouth.
Jeez, Ben, that's ridiculous. Ben.
7.6. 7.6.
7.2.
Good guess.
7.2. We here's what's getting scary. We all really know Ben now. We don't
do.
miss very. We really know the and trust me, it gets troubling sometimes.
It's
but
interesting.
It gets very interesting. But
Yeah.
if we get concerned, we talk off air about you, and
He's doing probably better than any of us.
Yeah, he probably is. Well, financially, as
Seen
we
his
see-
shoes,
we've
seen
seen
his
his
jackets.
jackets. He's very well to do. He wears
so
a
funny.
North Face jacket. We've never even. But we'd walk by those in the store and look at
Ah,
it
it'd be
and
marvelous.
just keep walking. Just like I can't afford
Someday.
that. And Ben just rolls in with
Someday.
it. Yeah, someday. And Ben rolls in with it. So pretty good deal.
Just goes for it.
What do you got from the text line, Jay?
Some ratings before we get to Bill's Thrills. Brett and Bertrand, a 5 on that song. Shamia B, 4.3. Guilt Nerd, 5. John says 8.2 on that one. Kodiak Bear, 5.2. A lot of 5s and 6s so far. Who in Columbus? Bert, 1!
One.
Just a 1 from Bird in Columbus.
He gave it a
He's
1.
been really high too,
He
Jake.
has.
He's been
He
really
has been
high.
That's yeah.
That's okay. I'm okay. I see that being a non-bird song. Bird's the
Jennifer,
word.
Yeah, me too.
Jennifer, 7. Hubby, 5.9.
Huh.
Up.
Hi.
Mike
Hi from
and
Jennifer.
Mike and Dalton, 3. Ellis in Illinois, 8.6. Sanderson says 4.4 and says it's not great. That was a comment on that one.
I think you can do better.
Gavin and Pender, 6.4.
You're pretty right on,
The
Gavin.
Texas Casanova, 6 on that
One of my
one.
favorite names.
It's a great.
Anything from Beef Taco?
Didn't see beef taco, but someone
Where's
says
beef taco?
someone says a bit dramatic.
Beef Taco.
Unnamed texture says a bit dramatic, aren't we, Jake?
Bit dramatic.
Yeah, 0.5.
Jake can be a little dramatic.
Yes, Jake. No
There's-
way.
there's
An
options.
overreaction by Jake Sorensen.
When it's over.
Listen, I'm also a Dolphins fan. They're 2-6. All right, so it applies to
Yeah.
both teams. Thank you for your ratings and song of the day. It's time for a Monday edition football facts on Bill's Thrills.
Let's do it.
Fire it up.
Some call
Let's
him the
do it.
most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
this
we
gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows of Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 for a free consultation to plan your financial future today. It is a Football Facts Monday. Bill, what do you have in store for us today?
And I have to add in once again for these incredible advertisers on our show. The Mid-Plains Advisors also donated to that incredible scholarship.
God,
so thank
dang,
you.
I need to chime
they
in
all
here.
jumped into that.
Dirk, Scott,
so
Ty.
I appreciate that very much. Bill's Thrills. Quarterback direction is your number one connection.
Yes, all right.
Quarterback direction is your number
Poetry.
one. What it looks like.
I'm the fourth best writer in this room.
Oh, not even close.
Three in
You're the
room
leader.
right now.
Say that again.
Quarterback direction is your number one connection. What it looks like. Michigan. They're in-house. Sharon Moore decided we're good at quarterback. They've started 3 and they look horrific. They don't even have a forward pass. They don't really have a forward pass. One now is who started has now not even playing anymore.
Jack Tuttle's gone.
Retired.
They didn't go anywhere for they felt we're good. They felt we were good. And that's what happens when things happen like that. So it's about that. Miami, right now, they'd be 5-4 or 6-3, I think, at best.
Really?
If they don't get Cam Ward.
Is that right?
He's a stud.
And he probably wins the Heisman right now. I believe he's probably right in there. He's right in they know. Think about that. They won the miracle game against Virginia Tech.
Right.
The miracle win against Cal. They scored. They just kept outscoring Louisville. Louisville kept tying it. They're probably 5-4, 6. And the reason they probably would be that because if they ended up losing 2 or 3, they're probably going to lose another one just because.
Isn't that amazing?
It's just. I want you to think about this.
How important that position is going.
What if Penn State had Cam Ward? What if Penn State had Cam Ward?
Well, they're undefeated right now.
Yeah, they wouldn't even be close. They'd be the number 1 team in the country, probably. What if Ohio State had Cam Ward?
They would be.
What if Ohio State had Cam Ward? And those guys, they're playing okay. I don't think Drew Aller. No, I don't see that. I see Howard much ahead of the quarterback for.
Did
Penn
you think
State.
those teams went after him?
Oh, I think they did. I really think.
You think Ohio State?
No,
did?
I don't know if Ohio State did. I think Ohio State. I don't think Penn State did.
No, not Penn State.
Penn State did the same thing as Michigan did. We're good. We're good. What if Tennessee had Cam Ward?
Well, don't they feel good about Amaliva?
As I told Jake the other day, no, he's not playing great. Tell me one highlight you remember from him.
He doesn't really throw it downfield very well.
No, there's not. If they had Cam Ward with that defense,
oh yeah,
way different. What if Georgia had Cam Ward? What if Georgia had him?
Yeah.
See how good they would be.
Oh, God.
Their quarterback in the last 2 games has thrown 3 picks each
Carson
game.
Beck, yeah.
He's thrown 3 picks. He's got 8 in the last 3 games. 8 picks in the last 3 games.
Yes. Hey, by the way, quick Tennessee quarterback Yamaliva, he's got 9 touchdowns this year. That's what Dylan's got 10.
Yeah, so they're
9 touchdowns, 4
They're
picks.
defensive
Just
oriented.
imagine how different the narrative is on these teams if they have them. Indiana, brilliant. They go and get Rourke. First of all, I thought in this game against Michigan State, I thought, I don't know if I'd play Rourke. The other guy's playing pretty good, coming off the finger. He killed it.
Threw for 263.
Yeah, it killed it.
No, for 263.
And all he did is came off after missing a game and a half. Came out went incredible.
Has a splint on his thumb. It's
Yeah.
interesting. He's
How
throwing
about-
with a splint.
How about Vandy? How about Diego Pavia? How are they doing? If they don't have him, think where they would be right now. It'd be another one of just Vandy's Vandy. Nope. He leads them. He's a winner.
They're 6-3.
It's unbelievable with that spot. Oregon, they go and get Dylan Gabriel. Was at Oklahoma. Everyone's like, just so. Right now, he's 1 or 2 or 3 right there in the Heisman.
Yeah, it's Ward and
Gabriel
and Ward and
Genti. Those are the 3. That's it. It's kind of over unless something crazy happens. But they go get him. And how's he playing now? Really good. Remember early on? Because remember, guys, he's brand new. He's brand new there. They finally got it all figured out.
He's humming.
He's really humming for that.
He's humming and cooking.
In my opinion, USC got mossed with Miller Moss.
You think so?
He throws 6 touchdown passes in the bowl game.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is our guy. He doesn't run. And Lincoln Riley loves to run the football. He loves to. He's like Chip Kelly. He wants to run the football.
Those guys are great.
They're 4-5. They're 4-5. You can't say he's a great.
He threw some picks. He threw some picks.
He threw 3.
Oh,
he threw
Saturday
3.
threw
3. One time they had the ball like at the 36-yard line off a shank punt, first play interception. He threw 3 interceptions. They're 4-5. They're 4-5. Same situation. We're good. No, you.
I wonder. Nebraska did talk to Ward. Yeah. This was all before the Raiola commitment. It was Ward and that guy who went to Syracuse. Say his
Kyle
name.
McCord.
Kyle McCord was eating at the Green Gateau. And then that's when he found out about the whole Raiola thing.
See ya. I'm out of here.
He had and McCord had a horrible game. That one horrible game against Pittsburgh.
6 interceptions.
He had 3 pick sixes.
But they just beat Virginia.
3 pick sixes.
Just beat Virginia Tech in the first half. I'm telling you, he's not playing that bad.
No,
one
he's
game,
good.
He's pretty good.
No, I like McCord.
Because he kept the terribleness to one game.
Yep.
Was it 5 or 6 picks?
He had 5 picks, and 3 were pick sixes.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
3 picks.
It was horrible.
I hope he has a sense of humor.
Quarterback direction. is your number one connection.
The Ward thing is interesting.
Just imagine if he was at Penn State, Ohio State.
Did
Tennessee,
Ohio State go
Georgia.
after him? I wonder.
I
think
don't-
they did.
you know, I've been told that Ohio State went after him pretty hard.
Yeah,
that's what I was told. Because I would think that if someone said, "Well, who are we going to take, Cam Ward or Howard?" They're going to take Cam Ward. Also, the one that didn't leave is, I can't say, it starts with an M. Is it Minor, the quarterback for Washington State now, who stayed?
Don't
is
know that
playing phenomenal. If he was someplace else. I mean, it is such a difference. When you watch the quarterback play at Penn State and during the game, I mean, it was like just kind of.
Aller's just okay. He's just okay.
Pribno looks better than him.
Yeah.
Pribno,
I thought they played the wrong quarterback. I thought they could use his legs to try to make a play
I got
somewhere
you.
else.
I hear
By the way, your stats on Cam Ward, who is maybe the leader in the Heisman race, 3,146 yards through 9 games, 29 touchdowns, 6 picks for Cam Ward.
29 touchdowns.
He's got 3 games to go, and then the title game and the playoff.
I don't think Gabriel's stats are that gaudy.
No, they're not.
They're not as gaudy
No.
stats. He's good though.
Yeah.
Gabriel's really smooth.
Yeah.
And he's clicking right now. That is a fascinating conversation about
Gabriel
Ward.
has 19 touchdowns, 5 picks, and 2,600 yards. So much less.
That's why
than,
when you're looking
Cam
at a
Ward.
team, I don't know, Bill. Okay. I think I know what you would do. When I'm looking at a team, I look head coach, quarterback, schedule.
Oh yeah, and don't think the schedule doesn't matter too. It helps.
Yeah.
I mean, Indiana.
Oh, I know. You taught me that.
Yeah. Indiana has not had a tough, a grinder schedule. They
No.
haven't.
No, they haven't. But
still, but also the difference with Indiana is that they're still averaging 40 something a game, and the closest game they've had has been 14 points.
Yep,
they've won.
Correct.
I mean, so it's not been like, well,
That is
they
their
had the
close-
miracle.
14
We had the miracle win on the one play. Remember this? Like, nope.
All
Nope.
domination.
no, that
I mean-
game Saturday gets my attention. It got my attention.
I mean,
47-10. Are you serious?
On the road.
Right.
Nebraska,
Down 10-zip.
56-7.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that is a
they're real.
wow moment. You're just like, going,
They're real.
how did that happen?
They got several players.
But
that-
the place that's probably the Cam Ward one is easy to say. If we just had him,
Mhm.
they'd be ridiculous. But Vandy and Indiana,
Yep. Same.
that's where it's
not-
brilliant.
They're not as good. Those guys
Yeah.
aren't as good as Ward,
No,
obviously.
they're not as good. But them they getting those two quarterbacks changed
And
everything.
they're from New Mexico State,
New Mexico
and Ohio.
And so they took. That was a great job by those coaches. Incredible job by those
Bro,
coaches.
no kidding. And James Franklin. Wow. James Franklin
But they have I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to think it's going to be an incredible game this weekend. Washington goes to Penn State. Don't think that they can hang around with those guys.
That would be bad for Franklin.
And then Penn State, which I mean, Penn State right now kind of has a layup to win out, be 11-1, but they do have to go to Minnesota.
They just don't have those.
Okay. Well, the
I
Dolphins
always
are playing
say,
some ball.
I always say they don't have enough explosion on the perimeter. You know what the receivers had on Saturday? 3 catches, 49 yards. 3 catches, 49 yards. That's what
Solid
they
work right
They don't have enough on the perimeter. I don't get it. I don't understand that.
They got, think about this. If you want to talk about frustration, twice inside the 3, got no points. No points. And the interception by the Ohio State in the end zone before half was incredible. Just catch the ball. Hit the
Should've
receiver
caught
in
it.
the hands.
Should have caught it.
Just catch the ball. Or have and then they
Wrestle that ball.
Then they had
Blew
no
a
play
10-0
call.
lead.
Yeah.
They're up 10-zip, pick 6.
They don't have
That
the
is
dudes
Phil's
on the
Thrill, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid Plays Advisors. Hour 2 next. How can Nebraska change the tide of the season? With 3 games to go, it's next. An early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Sandhills Global on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Are you or someone you love struggling with substance use? The Bridge Behavioral Health in Lincoln offers outpatient therapy for those 19 and over. The Bridge is conveniently located in the South Haymarket and near city bus lines. With payment options through insurance and a sliding fee scale, services are available for any adult 19 and over seeking help. Call 402-477-3951 to learn more or schedule your appointment today. The Bridge Behavioral Health is a local substance use treatment facility offering hope and a solid foundation for recovery through substance use treatment and behavioral health interventions.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoickFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
Hi, I'm State Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised right here in Lancaster County. I understand the value of hard work by being involved in our family business. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. Nebraska families and business owners need lower taxes, more affordable health care, and a great education system. That is why I fought for the largest tax cut in Nebraska history, reduce the cost of healthcare, and help pass the biggest investment in our public schools. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on November 5th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
of Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. Also at 70th and Pioneers. And what does Shin Daddy have going on a Monday in Creighton?
Well, he will be available for banking, but he's in studio preparation. They're putting a studio in the bank, and so he's in preparation because he now will be in a split screen with Mike Pereira for all of the rules.
Pereira?
Yes, Pereira. For all the rules definitions. So he will be. Yeah, they're going to go to him. So all of a sudden they go, there's a rule situation, and they go to
Pereira and
see there'll be a split screen. Split screen.
What do you think about that one, Shin Daddy?
Shin Daddy, what do you think about that one?
They can kind of bounce
bouncing some things back and forth and do some stuff there. So
Shin Daddy knows refereeing at that level.
At that level, he does. He knows refereeing at that level. So he knows so he's in training today, but they're putting the brand new booth in. And so he will go to the bank on Saturdays and be part of this with Pereira.
Other nights too.
Pereira.
He works a lot.
He works a lot, but Fox needs him. And so he's
Pereira or Ferreira?
It's Pereira.
It's Mike Pereira.
Okay.
Mike Pereira.
No
yes,
F.
like that.
No
F.
I'm not real sure. That is one thing that is, that's why they need Shin Daddy, Lou Al Schindler, so bad to help with this. Because Pereira, like that when he comes on, it's hardly really worth listening to. He's very knowledgeable, but usually it's like he first of all, he'll do everything he can not to disagree with the officials. He'll do everything he can to be like, that's like part of the code. This part of the code. Like I can't all of a sudden, sometimes like, well, I don't know, like the one, I thought it was like I said, Nebraska again. I thought got a good call on the out of bounds call on Heinrich Harburg late in the game.
Oh,
even Pereira was like, yeah, he didn't make the line to gain. It should have been 4th and 1.
Okay,
at that time, but it didn't look like
it
didn't overrule
first down the field.
But Pereira, Pereira, is that right?
You got it, Mike Pereira.
I'm working on that. But when those guys come on, they're just going to be so. I mean, it's like 90% with the official. Well,
so are you saying Shin Daddy might be a little bit more apt to take on the refs?
He'll take on. I think with that, it's now a little bit more of like a someone that's not as tied to it.
But he's a very diplomatic sort.
Yes, he won't go off. He won't have Jake hands going, during the time like that with that. Yeah, but he gets going.
I'll take that. It's fine.
Yeah,
Jake Hands is perfectly fine for me.
But he'll be involved. He'll be very involved on all live TV coverage.
Quick question off subject. With Shin Daddy, I typically use the word. I've gone into these quick stops and said 3 or 4 times. I got caught on again yesterday. I always say, "Where's the cash machine?" And
the ATM.
Yeah, is it ATM or cash machine?
It's an ATM.
That's what
technically ATM, but I've said cash.
You say cash machine?
I've
wouldn't
never
bother
said
me.
the word cash machine in my entire life.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Are they confused when you ask?
Yes, there's been confusion. Then one person, there was confusion yesterday at Casey's, and they're like, "What cash machine?" And the older lady said, "He means ATM."
Yes.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you to
thank you.
Thanks
Shin
to
Daddy. I just wonder what Shin Daddy was
Midwest Bank for always.
So he's helping out with that. So you'll see him live on Fox.
Ferreira and Shin Daddy.
Yes.
Pereira and Shin Daddy.
Pereira.
Yeah, Shin Daddy and with a P.
Yeah. We have a phone call to start the 7 o'clock hour. How do you want that? Yeah, we got a phone call from Tim. Tim has a problem and a question about Nebraska's time.
Right, we're taking calls.
Management.
Like
Tim, you're on an early break. Go ahead, man. What's your problem today?
Well, yeah, I've been watching football for about 30 years. I've never heard a coach say, "Yeah, I need to milk the clock because I'm 2 touchdowns down." And so I listened to the press conference. Can you explain to me his reasoning at all? Is this logical at all? Bill, have you ever heard this, or what's going on with that?
Yeah.
Thank you to Tim.
I don't. I mean,
what he's talking about here?
Yeah, kind of.
Explain it to me better.
Well, I can't. I mean, Rule kind of said that we wanted to get everything right. We knew we'd get the ball in with 2 minutes left, basically, or around there, no matter what. So they weren't. The problem was it seemed like they were taking too much time off the clock.
Okay. Yes.
Moving the offense, moving too slow, wanting to score before 2 minutes. Yeah. It did seem like there wasn't a lot of urgency. Now, he did address it. And one thing he said was, well, we want to get everything right in those situations. And we knew inevitably it would come down to about 2 minutes. That's paraphrasing. Is that about right, Ben? I think
this
that's
the question about the pace of the last scoring drive? Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could play that. Go ahead, Bill.
And I understand what the head coach was saying, because at that time it's like, no matter what, we have to get this score.
Right.
If we don't get this score, everything else is a moot point. So we've got to get this, make sure we're set. We're very clean on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then they caught a break, Nebraska, because if they don't throw that flag when they stopped him on the 4th down, like 4th and 1, the clock was rolling.
Hold on, let me get.
And so that stopped the clock also. So that was an advantageous for Nebraska to have that happen. But I understand if fans looking at that being like, why are we not? It's under 5 minutes. We're down 2 scores, and it doesn't appear like we're going very quickly.
Yeah.
So I understand that thought also.
I believe here's the quote from Matt Rule.
Please help me out.
The pace of the last scoring drive. Is that what you wanted, Matt Rule, from the post game on Saturday?
My philosophy has been in those situations, like you're in a 2-for-1 situation, so you want to score before the 2 minute. So at 4:38, I know everyone was kind of upset. The crowd was, I think at one point, try to get everyone to calm down. I understand why, but we knew, we had 2 timeouts. We had the 2-minute conversion. We wanted to get in the right plays. Again, some of those things. Ramir Johnson went down. Elijah Judy went down. The quarterback went down. So trying to get the right people in the game to run some of those red zone plays, was a little bit difficult. And then with what they do, right? You're getting up there and it's either cover 2 or 0 blitz. So you're kind of having to check some things. So, but in the end, it worked, right? We scored the touchdown. We scored it with 3:20 left. We stopped them. They punted the ball back to us, and we had 2:30, and we had a chance to go down and score. And in this league, if you have the ball at the end with a chance to go score and tie or win a game, that's Big Ten football. And we just didn't make the plays once we crossed the 50. You have to make, and obviously that penalty was big.
Yeah, they scored with 3:57 left, so that made it 27-20. Took them 13 plays. That was part of the issue, and I did write down running way too much clock here, but he explained it. And they got the ball with 2:22 left at their own 19. Nebraska got the ball with 2:22 left at their own 19, and I thought it'd be a near miracle for them to score a touchdown, the way things had gone. Like Bill said earlier, they needed to be perfect with Heinrich, with Heinrich at the controls. And Heinrich was fine. But it was they went
11 plays in that final drive before the pick. 11 plays, 42 yards in the pick that ended it. It
was
off the ricochet.
Excruciating to watch, yeah.
Nebraska caught a break also on the illegal touching, which was a correct call. The tight end was covered up. There was like 36 seconds.
Defensive holding, yeah.
And then there was a
wait a second on the last drive,
right before the interception. I believe it was like right before the interception.
Fedoni, right?
Fedoni was covered up, so it was a correct call.
That's right, illegal touch.
But if they had been lined up correctly, it was a 5-yard gain and he gets tackled.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a 12-second probably to get another play. So the 5 yards for that throw, they got really lucky that there was an illegal touching on that play. If not, the clock is rolling. And that would have been very, very difficult for them. So they caught a break on that one.
What it comes down to, Tim, some of what Tim's question comes down to me is everything is so hard for Nebraska to get the ball down the field. It's just really difficult. Like they don't have many options. They don't. It's just.
But we thought
it's just like pulling teeth to get it down the field.
But why is that? Because they
just don't have the playmakers, Bill. They
Jamal Banks had 60+ catches last year at Wake Forest. What's happened with him?
Well, I just
don't get how he just falls
doesn't
off the face
beat
of the
man
planet.
very well. Nayor actually had some catches in this game. He had 4 catches, I think, for 89.
Yeah.
Nayor got loose a little
on 10 targets, by the way. 4 catches and 10 targets
for 89.
For Nayor. Yes.
For 89.
Yes.
Yeah. Banks has not in the last 4 games. He's done virtually nothing.
He had 60+ catches last year.
Right. I would be interested to see what he faced and where he got those catches. How much were against man coverage is what I'm getting at.
Probably more free access throws. I know that Wake Forest was kind of they call like a slow zone read. They would ride forever and then RPO off of it. And so probably a lot of RPO balls probably came from it, but I don't know that for sure exactly.
They just don't have a lot of guys winning. Now, Ben pointed out during the break that they did have some guys run open. You always have some guys running open. I mean,
yeah, if on both sides, if you said, well, they had guys run open, probably go back and watch UCLA and you'd say, they had some guys running
always
open.
Have guys
running open. There's some things, different times that
but they
happens.
don't beat man very well. That's what it comes down to. And they don't run the ball very well. Okay. And they're not dominating up front. So why is it so hard? There's a lot of reasons. And they have a rookie quarterback that looks a little overwhelmed right now. And they don't exactly have Eric Bieniemy calling plays. So there's a ton of stuff going on right now that all adds up to God, it's hard to score, and we're averaging 14 points in Big Ten play, and it's rough.
That's the thing. When you look at numbers now, what Steve just brought up was the thing you want to get, because all schedules are different. But the only thing you can really look at to see where you're at is just look at conference play, because conference play at least is in conference, where someone can have, like Tennessee had Kent State, and they scored 77 against them. So your points per game are way skewed. Like that. But if you go in the SEC or you go in the Big Ten, and you still can have the break in the Big Ten. And I would say Nebraska would be in the break area. No one looked at this schedule for Nebraska and said this is daunting.
No, it's ranked a little higher than you think though now.
Well, Indiana made it rank a lot higher. Indiana made it rank a lot higher.
Yeah,
yes,
that's right. But anyway, no, they're not. It's a lot.
So
when you ask that question, just think about it. It's not that hard to figure out. They don't run the ball well. They're not dominating up front. They don't have guys winning on the perimeter, and our quarterback's flustered, and they got a suspect play caller. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. I mean, they're in trouble offensively. I don't see.
So their points per game is 14 in conference.
Yeah, I'll add it up. I think that's about right. I mean, if it,
So I'm just doing a comparison.
Just whip through it.
I'm doing a comparison like for Jamal Banks, for example. Okay, Jamal Banks, the last 2 years before this. Okay, 2022 at Wake Forest, 42 catches for 636. Last year, 59 catches, 653. This year, 27 catches with 3 games to go for 360 and 2 touchdowns.
Right. Hasn't been the year you thought he would have.
And the touchdowns were against, I can't remember that. Was it a UTEP, Northern Iowa?
Yeah, he was good earlier in the year. He hasn't done anything in the last 3 or 4 games. I mean, virtually nothing.
Isaiah Nayor 2 years ago at Wyoming had 878 yards catching in 2021. 878 yards. Just this year, 408 with 5 touchdowns. He had 12 touchdowns that year in 2021. Isaiah Nayor. So these guys are capable. I mean, they've got capable receivers on this team. I don't think it's a talent issue. Like I don't look around and say, hey, like these guys aren't. Something's just not right. Whether it's just the routes or the coaching, I don't know what's wrong. But you can't tell me that the talent's not very good with what they've done in the past.
My counter a little bit would be, why is Nayor not at Texas?
He was at Texas.
Yeah, but why is he? Yeah, why is he not?
Texas
there?
is a top 10 team in the country.
Well, that's But
he was on the team though. He was on the team.
But my point is that, like what Steve's saying, is they let him go.
Right.
Because they wanted to keep him. Really easy to keep him. Like, no, you're not leaving.
Right. I mean, there's a reason.
It's a deep receiving core. That was a win for Nebraska.
Well, okay, but if he was the guy that can make plays at the end, he'd still be there.
Sure.
I mean, he's a cast off. Okay. I mean,
at a very good school.
It is a very good school.
Yeah. 14.1 per game. 14.1 per game in the Big Ten. Okay. 14.1 per game in the Big Ten. How many games you going to win?
It'd be hard to win any. It'd be hard. It would be. 14 is not going to win.
None.
Yes.
Right, that's trouble. They're trouble. That's why you ask Rule, what's the way out of this? You got 3 games left. What is the way out on offense? Because it's not getting better. It's descending.
Quickly.
Okay.
Quickly.
Yeah. So what's the answer? I mean, now the answer, he can't. There's no magic here. I mean, there's no magic trick you can do. Sometimes you change play callers though, and things get better instantly. Sometimes that happens. I'm not saying that will happen, but it can. That's why you change. That's why coaches make changes sometimes.
The last time
when Bill took over the defense at Nebraska, it changed pretty quick.
It did right away.
It can happen.
Correct.
It does happen.
And
but I'm not saying that's
the one
move.
thing also, you don't 100% know what is going on with play calling and who is calling, because anytime in my opinion, when you make that call of like, hey, we're firing the OC, we're doing this, we're making a change, we're going to elevate this guy, you don't have to say a word to the media. You don't have to say a word.
You don't.
You don't have to say anything.
No.
You have to say a word. Just let someone else call it, because you don't need that attention drawn to yourself. So you don't know exactly what's going on, what is being called, how it is being called.
The headsets, only the guys on the headsets know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The only people that know with with what's going on and how it's being communicated with them. So anyway, that's the crux of the thing.
And now, Jake, I just disagree a little bit with the talent discussion. They're fine, but what do you think at running back? They have all problems.
No,
they have an all Big Ten running back.
They're not good at running back. But whose fault is that? That's a recruiting error.
Yeah.
It's recruiting and it's development. It's a combination.
Right.
There's no passes for that. There's no excuses for that.
Right.
Especially when Google Me's 9-0 in his first year at Indiana. Freaking Indiana. James Madison, Ohio players. He's not bringing guys from Texas or
no. Google Me's doing a good job.
Alabama.
Google
He's
Me
bringing the lower levels. They're 9-0.
Google Me got my attention this weekend.
And God, does he deserve it? He went to Elon.
He went to Elon
James Madison. It was like he even said, he goes, I got looked over all the time, so I just said, screw it. I'm going to go to Elon. I'm going to go coach football and be a head coach. I'm 63 years old. I'm going to go coach. And
it's something remarkable right now.
And he's got talk about having the locker room. Wow, does he have the locker room?
He's got some guys. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does. He's got now. He's got there's no like this special magic going on. No. He's got players at each position, but he won. He beat Washington 31-17 with the backup quarterback. You know how hard that is to do? That's
hard.
Really hard. Really, really hard to do.
It's hard to go into East Lansing and push them around like that.
Michigan State crushed Iowa at home.
Right.
Crushed them.
Iowa just killed Wisconsin.
Indiana, I can't emphasize enough. 7 sacks, 15 tackles for loss.
15. Come
on. I mean, they rushed for a -26.
-24. You went to East Lansing and did that?
That's insane.
Yeah,
and also
that's real.
And
that's
Jonathan
real.
Smith, really good coach.
Yeah.
Not kind of like, he's okay. No, he's not.
Oh, he said we got embarrassed.
He's really good.
He said
really
we got
good.
embarrassed today.
47-10.
Yeah. So I don't know. The Nebraska, I don't know. Got to try to win with defense, but you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense right now. And they didn't respond. No, it wasn't like there was pressure on them in the first half. They couldn't get off the field in the first half.
No,
that was a big part of a problem. Like
so
Ben
many
pointed
third
out.
down conversions off the bat.
Nebraska ran 3 plays in the first quarter.
Yeah.
They had an 8-minute drive to start the game, and it ended in a field goal. It's a win for the Huskers to do that, to make it 3. But
UCLA takes the ball, and Bill, I got to think that they just thought, we know what we're going to do here. I mean, guys, and my guess would be throughout the week, they said, hey, we're taking the ball, and we're gonna dominate the first quarter. I don't know that, but that's what it looks
There's
like.
a theory to that, which I think I talked about on the show. I've talked about sometimes what you want to do is, hey, let's get to halftime in the best shape we can. Mm-hmm. So if we take the first possession right there, and that worked out beautifully for them with 8 minutes in a field goal. That's still beautiful.
Beautiful.
But if you take the ball first like that, you're going to limit you're going to have one more possession. Yes, in the second half, it's different. I get that part. Everyone always thinks it's automatic that we do that. And so taking the ball at times is a brilliant decision on just clock management what they wanted to get done.
And my guess is they felt like they had a good plan.
Yeah, I'm sure they felt like they had a good plan with what they're going to do. They were had a week off.
It looked like
it. And give the head coach and those assistant coaches a lot of credit, because that was they came in. Their team was ready to play.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do that.
And and remember, there are 2 wins. They had 2 incredible wins. They fought back to beat Hawaii late.
Mm-hmm.
Beat them by like 3. I
16-13.
16-13. Miracle win at Hawaii. They're behind the whole game.
Yes.
And then they beat Rutgers on the road. That was their 2 wins.
I mean, the Garbers is on a roll. I mean, he threw for 383 at Rutgers and ran for 48. Okay.
Yeah.
And 4 touchdown passes.
He was great.
He's on a roll.
He is playing good football.
He's a good quarterback. I mean, and they have some guys to throw to, as you would expect from a team from LA. They have some skill.
You know, when you watch them run around defensively, They're very limited. Number 2 is a really good player. And that's about all I saw on defense where I was like, wow, that's
they're
really
not
special.
great on defense, but they have a good rush defense.
I like the Schlesinger guy. Carson Schlesinger was a good player.
Yeah.
Walk on.
13 tackles.
Yeah, Schlesinger's their best defender.
Was he the one that made the sack on Raiola?
He did have a sack in the game, yes.
If that was the one on the sack on Raiola, he did a nice job versus the running back. But they mentioned on air that he was a walk-on. So that's
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they mentioned on air that he was a walk-on.
Not Schlesinger, but Schlesinger. No relation to
They're, as Jake mentioned, they're the 13th ranked rushing defense in the country, and they played
pretty
a good schedule.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, they've played some to be that good. Yes, that is solid.
That's also a first-year head coach, Deshaun Foster.
Yeah, impressive. He has him going. I don't know who they play next. Oh, they play at Penn, or who they play next?
No, Penn State is is Washington.
Yeah. UCLA.
Give us the rest of their schedule, Jake.
UCLA.
Go to Google.
I got it. UCLA will play.
Iowa.
They'll host Iowa.
Yeah, Friday night.
Ooh,
that will be an incredible game to watch.
Hawkeyes 6.5-point favorites in that one. Then they will head to Washington. Then they host USC, and then they host Fresno State to end the year.
Interesting. Oh, you're right. Friday night seems like must-see TV.
I have to watch that one.
Oh, that's incredible.
Got to watch that one.
See how they come back from this.
Well, before I get to break, tomorrow is election day in this country.
Guess who's working it?
Applied Connective Technologies, because you don't want to hear what words tomorrow, Bill.
That the voting's been hacked.
You don't want to hear that? Applied Connective's on top of this.
We're not doing it. Not happening this time.
They are.
They have flown. They have flown people out across the country. They will still answer your call, but they have been dispersed.
They're busy.
They're dispersed.
They have been dispersed.
They're busy.
Across the country.
Across the country, yes. Yes, across the country.
To the key states.
Private.
To the swing states.
To the swing states. Private jets.
They're not
private jets.
Yeah,
what are they doing?
They're not just Nebraska's preferred tech partner. They're not the nation's,
They're national.
The nation's tech partner. They manage everything. IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, audio, video, and more.
It's a lot of pressure.
They're busy.
God, that's pressure.
If they don't answer, it's because they're busy. But
Can you imagine them?
But please go to the website, appliedconnective.com, or call 866-358-0109 for a free consultation.
With all the stuff, it might be the first time of a true election. Yeah. It's because of what's happening in Albion. For what's getting done with those guys. And Columbus, yes. This is their chance. And hey, let me see your ID. They're checking IDs. They're doing
physical security.
Physical security. Yes, they're sending people out to check IDs.
They might need some.
They will be the ones. I hope they they're the ones taking the ballot boxes directly to DC. They're gonna get this thing right
in their polos. Applied Connective.
Appliedconnective.com.
Great polos.
Great work. When we come back, let's talk about Indiana more and more of the Big Ten when we come back in an early break in the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, this is Investigator Joe Villamonte with the Lincoln Police Union, asking you to vote for Carolyn Bosin for legislator. As a prosecutor, Carolyn Bosin has always supported law enforcement to keep our community safe. Carolyn Bosin has the experience we need. Carolyn Bosin is the only choice for legislator to keep our community safe. Join the law enforcement community in voting to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosin on November 5th.
Paid for by Bosin for Legislature.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey farmers, if you don't already, you need to get to know the guys at Busch Farm Outfitters. If you're ready to turn your sprayer into a money-saving smart machine, they can hook you up. If you just want to get your chemicals from some good guys that care about your operations goals, they want to chat. They work with progressive growers all over eastern Nebraska to assist with equipment upgrades and input options. Busch Farm Outfitters is equipping the modern farmer. Check them out at BoickFarmOutfitters.com. That's BOECK FarmOutfitters.com.
Before you start blowing and raking leaves this season, make sure you know where they go. Yard waste is not garbage, especially in Lincoln, where it's converted into earth fuel compost. All grass clippings and leaves must be separated from household trash from April 1st until November 30th each year. It's the law. Yard waste belongs in a paper lawn bag, or you may request a bin from your trash hauler who will pick it up for a small fee. Remember, no trash or branches are allowed in yard waste. Get the details at lincoln.ne.gov/recycle.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Couple Chevrolet GMC, and we want to thank all of our customers for a great September. And now it's time for our annual Halloween sales event happening right now at Koppel. Get 0% financing at Koppel. You heard right, 0% financing on select new models. Also, huge discounts up to $11,500 are available. It's our annual Halloween sales event. Get $11,500 off or 0% financing at Koppel. So please stop on by or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. 0% with roof credit.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Wellman Plumbing at 402-434-2400 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-434-2400.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Ella Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit allofiber.com to switch today.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
First Rate Ag in Holdridge is a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer that have been around for 26 years in business. Please reach out at firstrateag.com or call 308-995
First Rate
8327. Ask
Good
for
job.
Parker or Chris and mention the ticket.
Do it. Real quick.
Good job.
Good job. Real quick. Ben's got it too. Real quick on that. Out of 780 contestants, Chris finished 25th in pork and 60th, I think 50th something overall out of 700 down in Kansas City.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, that's Chris. Incredible job by that. Also, Parker with the scholarship for Mickey Roscoe. Parker also texted immediately, yes, I will jump in on that. So once again, thank you for the help on that. I appreciate that very much. That's why they're first rate. Real simple.
Not second.
Not second.
Third.
Not even close. They're first rate.
First rate all the
Thank
way.
you. Great job by you, Chris, down there with the smoker.
He's a good man. Does well.
Great man.
Okay, we have mentioned Indiana a little bit here. Again, 47-10. They are 9-0. They will host Michigan this weekend. They open up as 14-point favorites against the Wolverines in Bloomington.
That's shocking. That number shocks me. I thought they'd be favored. I thought they'd be more like 6.5.
Here, I'll help you with that. Michigan played Oregon. Or
Yeah.
no, who
Yes. Michigan lost to Oregon 38-17 at home.
Oregon, get ready for this. Oregon had 304 yards in the first half.
Oh.
They put 304 on Michigan
And
in
the one
big
thing,
house.
what's Michigan have?
Should be a defense.
Defense. The one thing. So we can't throw it, we can't move the ball well, can't run it that well. But we have a defense. We have a D line.
Yeah.
We have a D line. So they had 300 yards in the first half.
Oregon stuck them for 304 yards, 304 at half.
Can you imagine that locker room like that? Where were you guys last year? Where we won the Natty, we won 15-0. Oh, how's it going right now?
Just gave up 300.
Just gave up in the first.
And they
half.
didn't have Tez Johnson.
Yeah.
Oregon didn't have Tez Johnson.
Yeah, went out. We got injured in the first quarter or something.
I think so. Yeah.
Oregon 470 total in that game. They passed for 294, rushed for 176 in a rout of Michigan. 38-17.
A rout of
They routed the national. The champs are 5-4.
I tell you what was interesting watching that game. A lot of empty seats. Oh man, Michigan.
Really?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of empty seats. Absolutely.
Cold fall in Ann Arbor.
And it's just
Now, some people were curious, why is Minnesota a 3-point favorite on the road against ranked Illinois? Well, they won by 8. They were right. 25-17. The Gophers are going.
We called that
bowling.
one on the show.
They have won 4 straight games. Their defense has been great. Offense has been good enough.
Row the boat.
25-17.
You called it. I don't think I called it.
I definitely had Minnesota on that.
I definitely had Illinois.
I picked Minnesota.
Well,
but that was a row the boat is rowing right now. They are
deal?
rolling. They are
What
rolling.
is the deal? Complimentary football?
Yeah, complimentary football. Oh,
That's what
you
Fleck
know what?
does.
He should have been on the list. Should have been. I apologize. That's an error by me. Quarterback, once again,
Brosner.
So they get.
Brosmer.
So their quarterback goes where? He departs and
New
goes
Hampshire.
to Rutgers.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going?
Kelly Cabanis.
And then they picked up
Not good.
the quarterback from New Hampshire, killing it. So who made the right move? Wow.
PJ.
Max Brosmer on the year. It's not gaudy
Not-
stats, but again, 2,000 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks.
That's good.
He's not making mistakes.
That's
good.
way better than Callie Kamanis, if I say that right.
Yeah,
Not
you
even
got
close.
it. You got it.
Not
Nailed
even
it.
close.
You nailed it.
So,
Eighth in
so
McManus.
PJ is like, yeah, go ahead. You're good. Go ahead. Yeah, that's a good spot for you. You'll love Rutgers. You'll love it.
Kelly Cabanis has 1,600 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, and 5 picks. So yeah,
Not
Brosmer
terrible.
better. Yeah, it's not horrible, but it's not good. Not as good as
Do they
Brosmer.
play each other this
They
weekend?
do. Minnesota at Rutgers,
Oh, wow.
11 a.m. on NBC.
NBC.
11 a.m. NBC. That's odd. That's odd,
11
isn't
a.m.
it?
on NBC.
There's one that I can't remember the game. There's a game.
What's up with that?
I don't
There's
know.
a must-see
What's going
game.
on?
How about this one? Must-see game, in my opinion, is Washington at Penn State.
Yes.
It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
It's on the P.
Let me
It's on the
confirm that.
P.
Why is it on the P?
I don't
It-
know. It's
At,
a what are you
7
doing?
At 7 p.m.
Night game.
So you got
Night
the
game.
whiteout at Penn
Yeah.
State, and it's at nighttime, 7 o'clock on Peacock.
That's ridiculous.
That's
That's
shameful.
That's
That is
shameful. It's just like the 11 o'clock kick for this game with Ohio State. All that stuff is all shameful. Peacock for that game. That's a big game. It's going to be a tough one for Penn State. That's going to be a hard. It's going to be hard.
And Franklin has a lot of heat on him. They were booing him. They were booing him off the field. And then he had a run in with a fan. Ugly. You don't do that, James. Why do that? Why stop and confront a fan if you're a head coach?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you got to have more self-control than that if you're making $10 million. Some kid was yelling at him and he asked him for his name. This was a bad look. Come on, James.
It's for his name.
What's your name,
He
buddy?
did. He asked him his name.
What's your name,
Because
pal?
if you're gonna shout
You're
me
on
like
the
that, I
list.
need to know your
Your
name.
name.
Like, why does that matter?
The guy probably told him too. Todd Smith. Here's my address.
You want
Here's
to
my
talk to my
Twitter. You
dad?
want to talk to my dad?
I live in April 6. 604 is my room. Come find me. I'll be waiting for you.
I can't wait to talk to you
I
about
can't wait.
I got a list.
I got a
list
seat for you.
Our whole floor would like to talk to you.
Come on, James.
Oh,
James, what is his record against Ohio State? He's lost 8 in a row to Ohio State.
yeah, you'd like
8
to.
in a row.
That's also one of those times where you just count that the head coach has it figured out well enough. But it's almost like you need someone almost like towards the end of the game when it's clearly over. It's like, hey, they're just going to run the clock out now. It's going to be, hey, someone needs to be like someone needs to grab him real quick. Hey, pull yourself together.
Yeah.
It's going to get ugly here. So pull yourself together after you shake the hands.
That's
After
a
you
good idea.
Pull yourself together here because it would be nice.
Oh, and it would be hard. I mean, I don't want to. It would be hard to be in that situation. There's a lot of pressure on him. I get it. And it's hard. You're getting booed off the field.
Yeah.
You know, Yeah, it wouldn't be easy.
You meant
7-1, by the way.
You mentioned this before, Sip, but or Bill, that Iowa has scored 40-plus points in 3 games now. 42-10, they beat Wisconsin. Again, Sullivan took over for McNamara. It wasn't great. It was 7 for 10 for 93 yards and a touchdown, but they ran the ball at will. Caleb Johnson, 24 carries, 135, 3 touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, they rushed for 329.
329 yards.
That's
incredible.
And Johnson, by the way, Caleb, 20 touchdowns this season. 20.
He's a stud.
Touchdowns
He's a stud.
this season. Bowl eligible Hawkeyes for the 23rd time in 24 seasons.
Look at, okay, you mentioned those stats, but okay, so I mentioned Johnson, 24 for 135. Then the backup running back, Kamari Moulton, 9 for 74.
Yeah.
Sullivan himself, the quarterback, 9 for 58. And then Jazzoon Patterson, late in the game, 10 for 56.
Flex.
It's just everybody ran well.
Huge flex.
Everybody.
Sullivan's more athletic. Also, he adds a different dynamic.
Yeah, he did. Now, one dynamic is handing off the ball. Iowa came out of the halftime locker room with an 11-play drive for a touchdown. Ran it 11 times. Ran it 11 times.
We don't need to
That's
pass.
a flex. That is.
That's an ultimate flex.
I appreciate that stuff about Ferentz. I really do. They had the game under control, but then they come out and run 11. I think it was 11-play, 89-yard drive, and ran every play. That's big. That's big time.
Caleb Johnson on the season, I'm trying to get this pulled up.
20 touchdowns.
20 touchdowns. He's been phenomenal.
Second best running back in the country, probably.
Can't get it pulled up.
He's the second best statistically.
And then statistically, I don't know if he's the second best talent, but still give him all the credit. And that was a beautiful scene. I'm just telling you, playing at Iowa is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A night game at Iowa, a lot of fun.
How about this for Johnson? Okay, it's not just the fact that touchdowns. 170 carries for 1,280 yards. That's an average of 7.5 yards per carry.
Big time.
On 170 carries.
With a extremely limited pass game.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't see a light box.
No,
they don't see one. It's like, they're short in the box. No, they're not. No. They never are.
Good point.
Never are.
He's a big dude too.
When you're doing it against that type of situation, that's really, really well done.
Good job. Good. That's a really good point because they haven't thrown the ball well. Big time dude. Big time. Big dude too.
What do you think this dynamic is? Because I think about this all the time. This has to be almost extremely euphoric and also depressing. That you had to let your son go,
Brian,
and they were the worst offense in Division I,
and now
they're
40 plus,
and now they're not,
yeah,
and now they're not, and there's going to be going to say, well, this reason or that reason, but wouldn't it be hard as a dad to be like, okay, we made a change, I had to let my son go, which he wouldn't have ever let go. There's that contract that basically through the AD that said this is what's got to happen on this number has to happen, and that didn't happen. He gets let go. And they've come in and been very good, much better. And whether it's all in the corner or not, I don't know.
I don't know.
But would that not be a hard conversation?
It's hard. It's easy for me to sit here in Lincoln, Nebraska, and say you got to strip the emotion out of it. It's a business. But no, it's hard to do.
Well, speaking of Tim Lester and Iowa, it's time to play the game show. Give us a call right now at 464-568. Have a chance to win a business box of bagels. To Bagels and Joe. Today's topic is Big Ten offensive coordinators. I will give you the person's name. You tell me what school he is at.
Nope. I got one.
We are going to go 4 for 4.
Are you doing Nebraska? I know that one.
You guys,
we got 1 in 18 shots.
We'll go probably 4 for 4 today. I think 3 for 4, 4 for 4.
Here we go.
4-6-4.
Steve, you get the best chance. You cover it.
5-6-8-5. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
There are 18 teams in the Big Ten Conference. I will not give you Marcus Satterfield. You have 17 options and 4 questions. This is not hard. Today's Big Ten offensive coordinators.
Yes. We might be able to eke out something here.
I think you'd be okay. You feel okay. You don't feel good about this. Ben's getting the call. Okay, we got Neil. Neil, how do you feel about Big Ten offensive coordinators today?
I think I for sure know 2. That's about it.
All right. Okay, good.
See how this goes for Neil. Bill is a lifeline for one question for Sip as always. Neil, first question to you. What team is Phil Longo the OC for?
Oh, jeez.
Said this would be hard, though.
Penn State.
Penn State is the guess. That is not correct.
I'll take it. Yeah, I know this one. Longo is an interesting coach to me at Wisconsin.
Brilliant. Why is he interesting?
He looks like a defensive coordinator.
I'll go with that.
He does. Yeah,
looking dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. He doesn't look like a passing guy, but he is. They run it a little bit now.
Good description. 1-0 lead for you.
That
Sip.
helps. It's a nice job.
First question: what team is Mike Shanahan the OC for in the Big Ten?
Bill. Mike Shanahan.
Not the former NFL head coach.
No,
a
I
different
know.
Mike Shanahan.
Oh, this is going to kill me, Bill. I need your help. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. I can. This is one where I know it, but I need about 5 minutes, and I don't have it.
You have 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I have a guess. I hate to use myself on this one. You want me to guess?
We can pass. We're still up 1-0.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would not pass because you've got 16 options at this point.
Well, should I? Hold on.
5.
You go ahead and
4.
guess. I'm going to write it down what I think it is.
3. 2.
My God, this is driving me
1.
nuts. Minnesota.
No, don't say it out loud. Do you want that one, Neil, or not? Mike Shanahan.
So if I miss it, I go down -1.
That's correct.
I'm already down -1.
Yeah, if you get it wrong, you're -1.
I think is it Indiana or not?
Brilliant. It is Indiana. Nice steal.
I didn't have it.
Mike Shanahan. 1-1 tie.
We're in trouble.
For the lead, last question, Neil. What team is Will Stein the OC for in the Big Ten?
It's tied 1-1
It
right
is.
now?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pass. Let's see what they got.
You take any guess at all. There's only 13 teams left to choose from, or 14. Come on, man.
Guess I go negative.
No, this is your question. You don't go negative if you get it wrong in your question.
Okay, let's go Michigan State.
Oh God, that's a good guess.
Good guess. I'm saying pass. Do you know it?
No,
pass.
That would be the Oregon Ducks. Will
And
Stein.
you know what? I did have that one. No, I did have that one.
I think
too.
he's the 5th highest paid OC.
I locked up
sometimes.
on that one. I
easy
can't
to
believe
lock
I
up.
locked up.
It's easy to lock
I
up.
sat right behind him in the meeting room. I know exactly who it is. I know exactly who it is. Yes.
Okay.
I actually
I do that
I
too.
know exactly who he is.
I mean, I locked up on Shanahan.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
That drives me nuts.
Okay, this is for the win. Bills in play.
Okay, just come on.
What,
we can do this.
What school in the Big Ten is Josh Gaddis the OC for?
Oh, I know that one. I do know that. Michigan.
Are you kidding me?
How is he not at Michigan?
Are you kidding me?
He was at one point. Not
Yeah, he
anymore.
was at Michigan.
I know the answer.
Don't say it, Neil. You want that? You want to go to the tiebreaker?
He was at Michigan.
Let's do the tiebreaker.
Where at, Bill?
Maryland.
He's at Maryland.
So he went to Maryland win.
Oh, several years ago.
Yeah, he's been there for a couple years now.
A couple years.
At least 2 or 3.
Maryland, written down right there.
Okay, this goes to you
We
guys.
can't lose this.
This goes to you guys, and you can confer because you didn't use Bill.
We can't lose this.
Okay. For
this has been a
tiebreaker,
horrible performance.
How old is Ohio State offensive coordinator Chip Kelly?
Okay. Oh,
you guys
come on,
can
Bill.
confer.
We should be able to get this.
My number is
Neil. You'll go over.
My number is 62.
Yes, sir.
I'll go with that.
What's the number? I guess 62.
62.
Over under 62 for
got
Chip Kelly's age. Neil.
I thought we had it right on.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't 62, Jake?
I'm positive.
I'll go under.
We lost.
The man is 60 years old on the dot. Chip Kelly. That was a rough one today. But
that's a
Maryland.
horrible
Had it right
performance.
there.
Neil, you're getting bagels. Nice win. It wasn't pretty
This
good.
is just a horrible performance. I mean, people are going to say we're too old for this job.
Wait, so
They're going to say we need younger.
So Bill was in play, and you just uttered the words without going to him on your last
You didn't
question.
even look at me.
I just thought for sure he was calling plays for Sharon Moore. Who's calling him now?
They've got a couple guys. It sounds like there. I think
Who's
it's like
calling it,
2
Michigan?
2 people. I don't know.
I have no idea.
That's rough. Sorry. 0-1 to start the week. You guys are still overall.
So, no, that's a woeful performance.
35 and 31 overall.
He was
still.
sitting behind Will Stein.
I sat behind him in the meeting room.
I bypassed
you.
That's
shook
on
his
me.
hand.
I was within 5 feet of him.
And I knew Shanahan.
And I knew his name.
No,
I
we
did.
had a horrible.
I don't know what happened to me right there. I kind of just
Spaced out.
I locked up on Shanahan.
That's a Monday. The spillover's next and an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch. Sponsored by Midwest Bank. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Tailored Life is your headquarters for all things fall in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, mums, and more. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most of which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning December 1st. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your holiday, birthday, or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is State Senator Carolyn Bosson. Public safety is important in our community. I have a proven record of protecting public safety. I have prosecuted perpetrators of domestic violence, advocated for the rights of child abuse victims, held sexual predators accountable, and fought to keep drug traffickers off our streets. This is Senator Carolyn Bosson, and I will continue to fight to keep our community safe. Vote Carolyn Bosson on November 5th. Paid for by Bosson for Legislature.
The electrical workers of local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the Spillover with Raf and AD, sponsored by our friends at Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Gentlemen, rough weekend for the Nebraska football team. 27-20 losers to UCLA. If I can give you some positivity, Nebraska basketball starts tonight. To play tonight, 7 p.m. against UT Rio Grande.
Yeah.
You want something to take your mind off of the football program and their woes ahead of a bye week with 3 games to go. There's maybe something for you to cling to.
7 p.m. tip. What kind of crowd do you think will be there tonight?
I'd say half full.
Okay.
I'm going half full.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I expect. I'm looking forward to the game because
You'll be there. You're going to be there.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new array of talent that Fred's amassed. I think 9 basically new faces on the roster. I think that's what the number is.
So if you're going to this game, are you going to all the home games then?
Yes.
Oh,
look at this guy.
Beautiful.
Yes, I got it right. So I will be at all the home games.
Good.
I'm not on the road. If I'm on the road, maybe not. But yeah.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it. Little hoops does take your mind off football.
Yeah, we kind of need this right now. I mean, Nebraska falls to a 2-5 team. UCLA trailed by 20 points at one point in the second half. And AD, I saw, some of your tweets. You're bothered, as you should be. You're a former Husker, a proud
AD?
Husker, but
unacceptable.
Is that what you tweeted?
How do you feel this? He's staring off at the distance. He's upset.
It's true. It's unacceptable.
I think I'm more pissed. I think as the game as the days have gone by, just more frustrated. Because like you were saying this morning, you guys were listening this morning. Do we have a ton of great talent? No, we have enough talent to beat a 2-5 team, and not just lose to them. I mean, that score is not indicative of that game.
Got pushed around.
Yeah, we got pushed around on both sides.
Heels
of the ball.
on your heels. That's the thing. They're on their heels.
Nebraska. I'm
Here's what I'd say,
pissed.
Raph. I mean, if you're using a boxing analogy, which are kind of low-hanging fruit, but UCLA put Nebraska on its heels on both sides of the ball. Now, UCLA was the aggressor in the first half. That's what frustrates me the most in a macro sense, that UCLA was able to come into Lincoln on your home field and establish itself as the aggressor on both sides of the ball. That's what in a macro sense. Yeah, in a macro sense. And then not only that, in a macro sense, you have a lot on the line here. Do you want to go to a bowl game? I mean,
prove it.
Right.
Show me you want to.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't see it.
You have a lot on the line in this game. You're trying to get that bull monkey off your back, and you let UCLA come in and throw the first punch.
And then the second punch.
Right.
Repeatedly.
That would really concern me.
I was looking for that championship DNA.
Right.
Ooh, Raph.
Sorry.
You mean the championship mindset? Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
DNA, mindset, whatever.
I mean,
come on, Raph. What do you got in your mind?
I'm through with the talk. I'm through with the talk. I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired of the talking this, the talking that. It is what it is. I mean, look at everything. It is what it is. You're not going to be able to go to the podium and talk everyone off the ledges or whatever. Go out and produce. I mean, we said it on the Saturday before the show. We talked about it, that this was one of those games where we've had these games before. We played good against Ohio State. We played good against Michigan. We're turning a corner. We're turning a corner. And then look, we're right back where we're at. So it's like, don't give me this championship mindset talk. I don't want to hear it anymore.
The thing that I struggle with most, and you guys, we can butt heads on this. I don't get the mental block, the psychology talk that you can't get over this because there's so many guys. It's a mental struggle. Why is it not a mental struggle in other places? Why is it
exactly?
Why is it Indiana? Why isn't it a mental struggle in Indiana?
It's a fair question to ask.
I hate to use Indiana all the time. There's other, because you can use other examples.
Well, there's ample examples, but I think that's a great one in that you got a guy that came in, as you guys were saying, that came in with, over a dozen guys from a decent school, but not a Power 5 school.
James Madison
University,
Ohio,
and changed it around. We can dog Iowa all we want about their offense, but they're bowl eligible. They've been bowl eligible for 23 of the past 24 years, I believe. So
they've scored 40 plus points 3 times this year.
We can go on and on.
Yeah, I'll give you a good example. Now, there are teams that have bona fide, proven championship mindset, and one's Ohio State. But Ohio State, remember last week, there was a lot of pressure in that stadium against Nebraska when Nebraska went up, and then even after the game, there's a lot of negative energy at Ohio State. They don't let it affect them. What do? They go and win in Happy Valley. That's a championship mindset.
Yes, it is.
That's a championship mindset.
That's how you bounce back, right there.
Right.
That's how you bounce back.
Right. They don't
rough.
And they were
Do you know
down.
how much pressure they were under?
And they were down 10-0.
Right.
10-0. With
They
the
were
pick,
down
with the
10-0.
pick 6 against them, by the
Yes.
way.
Do you
They were
know
down
how much
10-0.
pressure Ohio State's under?
Mm.
They don't use it and say, well, I mean, it's just really tough because the fans are so rough here and all we hear is negative. All they were hearing was negative after Nebraska.
Mhm.
It's a rough time there. It's rough.
And they
But what
rode
do? They go on the road and they pound out a win in Happy Valley.
We will
That's championship.
That
mindset.
is.
We will let Raf and AD assess this. Before we get out of here, though, I got to give a plug. I'm sorry, Breakers. You're asking for this. Congratulations to the Husker volleyball team. They went to Wisconsin and swept the Badgers on Friday night. Then they swept Northwestern yesterday.
Yeah.
That was impressive Friday night. Well done. John Cook's squad still just one loss in the season. They are an absolute wagon, a machine, you might say. That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and AG is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job